There we go. Receiving content.
Excellent. Good evening.
Good evening. I don't think it's ready for Halloween yet, is it?
I'm ready for Halloween.
You are always ready for Halloween.
That's right.
Heidi ho, guys and gals. How's everyone doing tonight? Joe Smith is in the house.
Hey!
Suchi Butcher 2 boys and girls. Joe Smith. Doug Adams in the house. Grizz is here. And, of course, Daughter of Raw. Always prompt and on time.
Hey.
Victor, if you watch this later, I'm sorry you missed the live stream. Thanks for stopping by and saying hi, though. We really appreciate it. How's everyone doing today? Kenny Casey, how you doing? We're doing good. Kobe's here. Gear Jammer.
Hey.
Live and present. Mike Adams. Invington. Walt Lars is here. Did you see the guys who's selling a massive working robot fighting mech suit on YouTube? No, but I think we'll be raising money tonight so I can buy it. Aloha from Alaska. I don't know if that's how that works. Hello from California. The heat wave has broken. Yeah, it's broken here as well.
Hey, Steven.
It's practically chilly outside. Oh, Grizz, we're doing okay. In fact, I'd like to point out that we're at 50K today. Thank you very much. And I turned 50 this year, so 50 for 50.
We're 50K okay.
We're 50-50.
Yes, nice. Daughter of Raw, yes. We know that you were here. I think you were here first.
He's sorry. Go ahead. You're saying.
Just Daughter of Raw was saying, I've been here 30 minutes ago. That's right. You wanted to get a good spot.
Yeah.
Seat.
He said eBay, not YouTube. Still, that sounds cool. I need to check that out. I saw that stuff. I used to go to Maker Faire back in California, and they had some mech suits kind of like that.
What about the license plate frame? Skinny D?
I don't know. Were we talking about doing a license plate frame? I don't remember.
I've been sick. Maybe
Jeremy says, hi, y'all. Ronald Smith says, Bob Vila feeling, how's Bob Vila feeling after the meeting? Bob's probably, Bob's probably doing just fine with all the money he makes from, is he still the spokesperson for Sears? He's probably doing better than I am. He's definitely got more hair than I do, as someone pointed out. Lucas says, I'm new, just getting into your channel, talk about Sawzall. I'm looking to buy one and thinking...
Milwaukee.
Well, my first power tool I ever bought was a quartered Milwaukee Sawzall. If you're looking for professional grade tools, you can't go wrong with a Milwaukee Sawzall.
Scroll up. Somebody got a foot massage and an air fryer today. Was that
Well,
Candy
it wasn't
Casey?
me, that's for sure.
That sounds pretty
I married somebody who touted how good she was at body work and massages. I think I've gotten a massage once in like 50 years we've been married.
I'm so amazing. He doesn't even remember.
Don't even know him. I would send you a link, but it doesn't allow you to. Oh, that's right. Hey, everyone, hold on a second. I keep forgetting to take a look at that. I gotta figure out what the snot is going on with links in... I don't even know where to look, to be honest.
Send us an email with the link.
Yeah. Send me a link. It's... by the way, if you go to the video description, it actually has the... our mailing address, which people ask for, my email address that people ask for. And also, I was going to put in there...
You should put your shoe size. Somebody might come across, like, amazing size 15 shoes. Please feel free to send them to us, because we can never find shoes that fit him.
And boom.
Yay!
And also the link to the popcorn for people who want to buy Scouts, buy popcorn and support Scouts, particularly our Scouts. But anyway, Sawzall. You can't go wrong with Milwaukee for professional grade. For basic grade, I've had the Harbor Freight ones. I've got the cordless ones. I think they seem great. Now, real quick, hey, for those of you who are new and everything, just remember, please type at the Den of Tools, all one word, no spaces. Don't forget the in there, at the Den of Tools. To get our attention, it shows up highlighted with that little orange thing around it. If you look... Let me turn that off. If you look right down here, see those ones like Ronald says orange and Kenny says Addend Tools and it's orange. That's how we know you're talking to us and not just chatting amongst yourselves.
Which is also totally fine.
Which is totally fine. We just want to make sure we get into this along. Well, some of us are a little more verbose than others, and we can get behind in the chat. And to catch up, I can only read the stuff that it has orange on it. So that's one way to make sure we read it. The other way to make sure, just absolutely positive we read it, is to be like the maintenance man or Chucky Gillis with their super chats. Chucky Gillis says, Remy is horrible, inferior trash, in my opinion. No more caveats like we used to have. $2 haul from Chaka. Ring it out. We got the gong. Prepare for gongage. 1, 2, 3. Woohoo! And maintenance man, Joe Smith is back. Congrats on the 50K, Bear. Thank you very much, sir.
Yay!
Be sure to check out Maintenance Man's channel. I was watching his video today. He was talking about the trades and stuff. If you guys don't know, I'm a huge fan of the trades. In fact, I was pretty stoked. This past week, Duncan, our eldest bear, came to me and said, I don't know if I want to go to college. I think I want to go to trade school. And he wants to become a tech in avionics. Aviation tech. And he wants to get his pilot's license as well. So I think that was pretty cool. Let's see here. Congrats on hitting 50K. Deals with says.
Thank you.
Nick Hoffman for the Emperor. You burn in the what? What?
Steven said something. I couldn't see it because you went so fast.
But
Stop.
Did he say it to us? He did. Congrats on the 50K subs.
Yes.
You know those glasses? Those are ornamental. You should get your actual glasses.
These don't help.
Oh, jeez.
I've lost my actual sunglasses and my regular
I've got reading glasses on the
and
cabinet
my
back
backup
there.
Glasses.
You lost them
so
all?
I'm wearing my children's glasses.
Oh my gosh.
It's a security set of glasses. I actually would try your reading glasses.
James says KC went from the 90s to the 70s. I love spring and fall type weather. I really do. That's my favorite. Nate, thank you so much for the congratulations. Yo, Bear Vila. Do you think Craftsman line is too big to keep up with the quality? Nah, I mean Stanley Black & Decker. They're the largest tool company in the world by a metric ton. If they want to produce quality tools, they can do it without batting an eye. The question is, can they produce tools at the price point they want with the quality that they want? That's where it becomes a challenge. To be honest, we got to remember, tools are not that. We're scientifically, technology speaking. I mean, we got supercomputers that fit in our pockets. Making a power tool isn't that hard. The challenge is making it at a price point that makes it cost effective, where they can make a profit on it. That's the challenge.
Rodney says, "Congrats on 50K, my friend." Zaffiel says, "You need a plaid shirt."
I need a plaid shirt.
Yeah, to be like Bob Vila.
Oh, jeez. Let's see here.
Donna Ross said, "So we're using Amiga as a chair tonight." Why,
yes, we are.
Yes, because we're classy like that.
Yeah. We've got it listed on Craigslist, so hopefully it'll be out of my shop here shortly.
Yes. But in the meantime, I can sit on it and almost be I can be taller than you.
Nick Hoffman.
I'm towering over you.
Nick Hoffman says he just uploaded his first forging video to his channel. I gotta check that out. I love anything metalworking and forging. I love all that stuff.
Yes, I am a dork and I write down.
For anybody who doesn't know, so this is a mobility scooter like you see at a store, and a retail store up in Montana went out of business. They cleared out everything in the store, and we picked this up for a song just because it's fun.
Oh
and
my
it was
gosh,
cheap.
that was the other thing. It was like super new, so it was not like run down and broken.
Yeah, it had new batteries, new everything in it.
So they were actually saying like, be careful because it goes really fast. And
I don't think it goes all that fast. But
I
that's
think it does for a mobility
Do you know what
scooter.
the weight limit on that thing is? I looked it up.
It's like
500
and
pounds.
something pounds.
It's insane.
Yeah.
The thing is industrial. Well, I guess commercial grade. So anyway, if you're in the Vegas area, you're looking for a scooter, let us know.
I'm going to be Vanna Whiting it this evening.
Car Canyon says, girlfriend wanted an air fryer for some reason, and I wanted a foot massage. So it's a great foot massager. That's a great combo.
Okay, so I am curious about the air fryer because I have never used it, but I've heard lots of really great things. It's kind of like the Instapot for a while. Like everyone and their mom was like everything Instapot.
Got to air fry.
And now people are talking about air fryers, which apparently are amazing. I just have never used one. So I would love to hear your girlfriend's thoughts after she's used it.
That's awesome. Tony says, hi from Roswell, New Mexico. Aliens in the house here. I guess from one alien to another because we're near Area 51.
That's right.
Steven says, both Justin Dow and Brad's Workbench should be moderators for the live streams. Well, that's not surprising because you are a great moderator, as is your wife. I love it watching her smack people down and put them in timeout.
That's right.
You just go sit there and think about what you said.
Oh, I guess that wasn't enough.
David says he's a sales manager at Harbor Freight. That's awesome.
Awesome.
Zafio says, almost positive YouTube only allows mods to input links. That's weird.
See, because I'm a mod, and I don't think that I could.
Yeah, but I think that's more of a technical...
special-
I think that's a technical issue. Has to do with you.
Issue.
That was a problem between the user and keyboard.
I think he's trying to say user error.
Yeah.
Shocking.
Let's see here. G-Bo says, howdy, everyone just got in. Sky said, for some reason, I always see size 15 shoes at Marshall's. That's too...
Wait, where are you? What Marshalls?
She was just saying that we should put my shoe size in the video description so that people could find it, and that's too funny.
He wears a size 15
I guess
wide.
you said that after we were recording, didn't you?
Yes.
Oh, they heard it. I guess they heard that part.
So Gear Jammer says lying on the highways nicely. Nice.
Here we go. Ask Eric to consider a license plate frame. It'd be good advertising. You know what I would love to see? I would love to see them come out with a backup camera license plate frame. Those things are awesome.
That'd be smart.
And let's see here.
Gear Jammer says, dang truck drivers. What?
Man, all the commercials I get lately are for the new Volvo big rigs. It's funny to see a giant big rig with like a luxury steering wheel in it. It's the weirdest thing.
I want to go somewhere where someone else can drive me around in them, but I want to. I mean, I do want to drive them, but I think it would be fun to like go on a test ride.
David Greb at the Dentals. It worked.
Yay! It worked.
Chris says he loves his Hitachi 8-volt Sawzall. That's 8-volt. That's interesting. Nate says, I got some Icon tools and I'm super impressed. Awesome. Maybe even Harbor Freight t-shirts. That would be cool. I said for a while that they should come out with some Harbor Freight merch, like t-shirts and ball caps and stuff.
Yeah, it seems like trucker hats would
be cool.
go really well.
Yeah.
Which I don't know if that's still what everyone calls them, but that's what I call them.
Have there been any announcements on the Icon cabinet prices? Well, the prices the actual price was launched, and then they came out with a 20% off coupon on all the cabinets. So every piece that they have, which is I guess all of them, are 20% off. There's coupon on Harbor Freight's website. Just go to Harbor Freight's website, type in Icon to the search field, and you'll get the coupon. And so 20%, which basically brings it down to the price point that I had guessed where it would land. In fact, it's actually a little bit less. Even just as he emailed you the link. Let me go check here.
And Daughter of Ra said apparently Brad's Workbench is threatening to send another cowbell. Steven commented that Ricky smiled when he heard the gong. That's right.
I guess it's taking a while for my email to update because I don't have anything yet. I'm sure it'll show up here in a minute.
Okay.
It says it's loading. There's something going on here. All right.
Children on the internet.
Oh, jeez. Those buggers. Let us know if the stream starts getting sluggish. I'll go kick them off. I mentioned the cowbell. Okay. You get a smiley from Ricky with a gong. That's nice. Scott says, I'm currently in trade school to be an electrician. That's awesome. It's a great trade to be in. There's always work out there. I always like to say, people are always shocked to find out how bad an electrician I am. Shocked, I say.
Shocked. Pretty sure that you've shocked me.
Yeah. FYI, Technic gives a nice discount to trade school students. They did. It used to be better. It used to be 30%, and they dropped it down to 15%. But now they also include the 10% cash back you get, which is cash back credit. So if you buy $100, you get $10 in Tecton credit. So that also works now with the discount. So technically it's 25% is really where it's at, which is still, considering the price of their tools and their support and everything, it's a great thing for people who are getting started.
So I think that I'm saying your name correctly, but if I butcher it, I apologize. G Boney Bone One says he's also in trade school. And
Cool.
Skinny D says a Boeing employee. Are you a Boeing employee? That's cool.
That is cool. Future so bright, Mrs. DeBear has to wear shades.
That's right.
On
Neon
top of her
shades.
head. Did he stand in the box yet? What's up? I've been thinking about... Yeah. When you get a little older, you lose a lot of flexibility. And standing in a box and in a drawer that moves...
I know a little person that would love to do that.
To stand in the box?
Or sleep in the box.
Yeah, I know somebody who would sleep in the box. That's not a challenge. They want to see that lower box is designed to hold 500 pounds. They want to see me stand at it. Congrats and thank you for all the tool-related, informative, and fun. Client Graphics. Hey, Client Graphics in the house. He's been covering a lot of the icon stuff. Be sure to check out his channel. And also, I want to say a big shout-out and thank you to all of our mods today, especially Mr. Joe Smith, who's back. He was our original mod. And go and check out their channels as a way of saying thank you for all the help that they provide here on our channel. Watch one of the videos, give it a thumbs up, and who knows, maybe you'll find something you decide you want to subscribe to. Say hi, Griffey. Where are you? I can barely see you. I can barely see him.
Change our shirt so it doesn't say where we go to school.
Uh-huh.
Go change your shirt, okay?
Steve says, I got some good news Friday.
Okay.
You got accepted in NASCAR?
What? You won the lottery and you're coming to see us. What's the good news?
Let's see here. The icon cabinets can be ordered at your local Harbor Freight, shipped to house or business, no shipping charge. Yep, no shipping, lifetime warranty.
Oh, wait.
What?
Steven,
What?
did you get a job? He said he got good news
that's
on
cool.
Friday.
That's cool.
Hey, is that what happened?
Why are you leaning so far forward? I can't
Because
see
I'm
anything.
blind.
Maybe go put your glasses on. Oh, you don't have any.
Okay. Let me see if I can find glasses. I'll be back.
Avalisk, I don't know why that didn't work. You misspelled den. You DN of tools. It was close. Not quite. If Cortez gets her way with that new Green Deal, there will be no airplanes or cars. Except for the ones they ride around in. Look at Schaefer. My old man used to use Craftsman tools back in the day and said they were the best for the money and the quality, but I know the quality has gone down, but will they bring back the brand? So Sears sold the brand. They don't do craft. Well, they do. They do their own Craftsman. They can do it for 13 more years. But they sold it off to Stanley Black & Decker, who's doing their own thing. And none of it, what I've seen, is basically the quality that it used to be. It is kind of depressing. And I still, every time I see Craftsman, I still want to check it out, and I still want to buy some, and I still hope it's going to be great. And I haven't found anything that makes me want to invest in it. It's just frustrating. What's really funny is somebody recently called me like Harbor Freight shill because I wasn't super psyched and I made fun of the recent Craftsman sale over at Sears where they're marking stuff down 70%. I'm like, you marked it up 100% to mark it down 70% to sell tools that you're not going to be around to support, and I'm a shill for pointing that out. It's hilarious. Plaid shirt, you really need to sell out. Man, if someone would pay me some money, people are like, oh, you're a sellout. I'm like, I can't buy food with this thing. These tools I've got, they're for testing in most other lines, and that they're overpriced compared to almost everyone else. And I'm not talking just Harbor Freight. I'm talking everyone. I think Milwaukee probably sells the most advanced batteries. I think the Hercules line is probably the best value battery. The Ryobi is really close. Walt, that's not funny. Has the bear apologized for the Sears video? Not yet. Do I have to? Where'd it go? Oh, gosh, I'm behind. I'm sorry. So I'm assuming you're glad you're not in Montana right now. Yeah, the snowstorm, massive snowstorm in Montana. Apparently the governor declared a winter emergency. Mike Ebb says, I learned a life lesson today when changing the pressure reducer in the crawl space under my house, being 47 years old and 100 pounds of weight, makes it harder than it needs to be. Yeah, that's for sure. Let's see here.
I couldn't find my glasses.
Had to delay sending you those lines of pliers. Mine broke. Should be able to send it Thursday. No worries, man. The new Craftsman tools are just rebranded Stanley. Yeah, the stuff that Stanley Black & Decker is selling, it's all coming from the same place and whatnot. See, when you get your first... you want to read it?
Yes.
Yeah, step on my lines here.
When you first get an air fryer, the metal heating element will usually impart a metallic taste to the food. Do not cold me with that drink. Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's about to put ice down my backside. After a while, it goes away, and then it works fine.
Okay.
Yep, he totally is. Anyways, so it sounds like most things that are new and metallic in the kitchen, they get kind of funky. Stop trying to stick an ice cube.
You were looking warm.
Yes.
Almost. No!
That's what happened. Karma comes to find you.
Oh, it went down my shorts.
Oh, good. It found its way down your shorts.
All right.
So thank you for giving us a heads up. I do not have an air fryer yet, but I think that's for all of us that are interested. Thank you for the feedback.
You'll love the air fryer. It makes things crispy. I got the Ninja brand. Love it.
Cool.
How are the prices at TSC buying nuts and bolts by the pound? That's a good question. I don't know. I never really pay attention, I guess. I've never done any large projects where I'm really worried about the difference in cost for nuts and bolts because when I do that, I buy bulk, ordered online, and I've never really gone to the store to buy large amounts of bulk stuff. I just go there because it's convenient and I know I can get the stuff that I need. Yep. Any news on more items moving into the Hercules cordless lineup, or is Bauer's going to have the majority of the tools? Bauer is going to have the majority of the tools in the same way that the Ryobi line has more tools than, like, say, the Ridgid or even the Milwaukee. And the reason for that, is because it gets more into the consumer grade stuff. You'll see the hedge clippers, the weed whacker, you'll see some of the blowers. You'll see some crossover. The Hercules is more tightly focused, and you're just going to see more stuff that you'd see professionals using. So you're not going to see, let's see, what else is there in the, so I'm trying to think if there's anything out right now I don't think you're going to see a hedge trimmer from Hercules. How about that? So all the commercials I get are for movies and for car stuff. Okay, we asked that. Congrats on the 50K, Bear and Fam. The Raven says this. Got some new tool liquidation auction yesterday, including a Ryobi 18-volt air compressor. Not normally a fan, but man, this thing is so cool, quiet, and compact. I've always wanted to try one of those. I didn't know. I'm curious to see how much air you can really get out of a standard battery on one of those compressors. I had some company from China trying to send me. They kept telling me they were going to send me a 12-gallon, one of their stealth. They call it a stealth compressor, and for testing. And I was fine and went through the whole thing. At the last second, they're like, "Oh, my boss said I can't send you that. I can only send you the 1-gallon one." I'm like, "Don't worry about it then. I'm not going to sit here and review your $50 pancake compressor." And I was hoping to get something big like the 12-gallon so we could give it away to somebody who needs it. But anyway. So what sort of games come with that Amiga? Oh, man.
You can chase your children around.
I didn't realize you were that old, Zafio. Those license plate frame cams have been out. Yes, they have. I've got something very similar to that. They do make backup camera license plate frames, as far as I know, but since license plate frames cover some of the license plate, they are technically not legal in a few states. Yeah, I've heard about that kind of stuff.
Oh, I guess we don't. We have something else.
Please no cowbells.
So what I heard was extra cowbells.
Chaka says 20% off kind of devalues their product and makes you think that they're priced too high for the suckers right from the go. Well, here's the thing. That's always been Harbor Freight's business model. It's always been that. It's not that it devalues their product in so much as those of us who shop there know you always buy with a coupon. So the only reason you would ever buy something at Harbor Freight where you didn't have a coupon is because you needed it right that second and there wasn't one out, and basically you were not proactive enough on it, or it was an emergency kind of thing. I don't see anybody going and buying that with the coupon. And I hate to say it, pricing like that works because there are people who are like, ooh, it's on sale, I'm going to buy it. I don't get it. I don't have the right wiring to understand that concept of, oh, they've marked it up, now I'm going to mark it down. I mean, I said from the beginning what the price point was going to be for this tool or these cabinets, and with the coupon, that's exactly where they landed because that's the real price. Dennis says, congrats on the 50K subscribers. Can't stay long. Just wanted to give you a shout out. Thanks, Dennis. We appreciate it. Cowbells for life, Brad says. Hey, Brad, how you doing?
That's right.
BSS Small Engines is in the house. How's it going? Hey. Hi, Toolbox. He says hi.
He says hey.
Don't touch my Toolbox. I'll put more ice down your shirt. Time to go minimize the minions. All right. We could all use some of your recipes. I'm always on the lookout for good food. I think he's talking to you, not me. Wife invested me into the new Craftsman 20-volt lineup. Currently in the middle of full kitchen remodel and no issues so far.
Awesome.
They're not terrible tools. They're not like, it's not like that thing that we saw in Bob Vila's or the Whole Life drill that I have around here. They're just my issue is the same issue I have with many other tools. Is that I feel they're overpriced for what they are, and that the batteries are way overpriced. How's that Gucci box? I mean, the Icon box holding up? It's doing fine. We've been doing lots of little tests with it and stuff. I got a video coming out. We're going to be doing a full inside review where basically we take you inside the box, we take all the drawers out, show you how it's made from the inside out. I know that Brad's been trying to get me to stand in the drawer. I'm afraid about breaking a leg. Let's see here.
Somebody had to put Lucas had to put new struts on my brother's car. Any thoughts on a good battery impact for a garage mechanic?
On a good impact for a garage mechanic? The Bauer impact is decent. The Cobalt impact is decent. There's some guy who used it professionally in a shop for 2 years. The battery prices on both of those are excellent. I would say, like, if there's a Harbor Freight near you, go with the Bauer. If there's a Lowe's near you, go with the Cobalt.
Hey, PJ Kentucky. Let's
see here. I'm almost 10 minutes behind. Am I really? Their tools. I recently got a liquidation catalog from Harbor Freight. Do you think they're closing some stores? No, that's just their cheesy marketing department. Gary says, I bought the half-inch earthquake impact gun from Harbor Freight. It's been strong for 2 years. Good for my tow truck. There you go. Klein has student discounts. I should do a video on all the tool companies that do student discounts.
Yeah, that would be really cool.
Condoman Studio says, thank you for the show. Already pressed the like button. Thank you so much. Joe Smith says, hey, everyone, give the bear a thumbs up. Thanks, Joe. Or else Joe's going to go away for another month.
Oh, no.
Nick says, I'm planning a second video on trying to make a hand-hammered Damascus steel, but it'll probably be delayed due to the third-degree burn I received attempting to do it. Ow.
Oh, ouchies.
Good evening from Minnesota. Eric's in the house. How's it going, man? Let's see here. I had an interview at Menards and got hired later that day. Steven. So he's working at Menards. We got good news, Den. We got an insider at Menards.
Yes. Tell us all about it. Congrats.
Jason says, is that an old school Amiga logo or whatever that is that Mrs. Bear's leaning on? No, it's a mobility scooter. And that's the name of the brand, the Amiga
You can
scooter.
go to myamigo.com.
Amiga or Migo?
It's with an O.
Oh, it's Amigo.
Yeah, it
looks like an
A. The way the font is, but the URL.
We bought it from a store that was going out of business. I think we paid $100 for it, and it was practically new. So it was fun. The kids rode it around the block up in Montana, and we had little races with it and stuff. Almost started a whole racing league, a mobility, scooter racing league.
Do not encourage him.
Client graphics sat, stood, and laid in the icon toolbox in the store. But let's be honest, he's kind of an elf. Aren't you? All right, I'm teasing.
Sorry about my coughing still.
I saw him in the store. I'm like, he's not doing that in store, is he? Jaboni says, congrats on 50K. Thank you so much. It's for morning stocking up their flooring department. Just have to wait for the drug test to clear, which I turned in yesterday. I hope you studied hard.
That's awesome.
I hate our marketing department making it sound like we're closing. Yep, I know. It's the cheesiest thing about Harbor Freight. And I honestly think the marketing department is off in their own wing doing their own thing. They don't talk to anybody else. I saw the insider at Menards joke happening. But of course. Hold on. What?
Go ahead.
I'm trying to catch up. We'll see how much inside info from Menards I'll be able to get. Probably not too much. Don't worry, we'll list you as, we'll have to come up with a deep freight for Menards.
G-Bone 1 says both Starrett and
Matabo?
It's with a Y.
Point to it.
It just went up. Scroll down.
Scroll up.
Whatever. Stop moving. This one.
Both Starrett and Videoto have machinist tool discounts for trade schools. Oh, yeah, they make excellent machinist tools.
Sorry, just because we were just talking about ones that offer discounts. Didn't want to miss that one.
Congrats on 50Ks. Love your videos. Thank you so much, Mike. And Mike Adams says, I've seen some drive extensions for screw guns for screwing down flooring. Have you seen it and considered checking them out? I have not seen those. That looks interesting. That would be really cool because that's one of the worst things about doing flooring. Are you going to buy a Snap-on drill for the 50K celebration? Not a chance. Let me scroll up, see if I missed anything else.
Not unless we have 50 grand. Well, even if we had 50 grand.
Matt Produce says it's a lot about the toolbox when you're more worried about breaking your leg than the toolbox. I'm not worried about the toolbox.
Yep.
Let's see here. Are you going to put a sound system in the icon? Shh! Stop giving away my ideas. I dare you to pick up the closet tool the closest tool to you, then give it a micro review in exactly 7 words.
That sounds like a haiku.
Cheap, sharp, blue, cuts paper, okay. That's all I got. That's why I make the big buck. I make big bucks?
I don't tell you.
I'm more like small deer. Thank you. Dave says, good evening, Jeff and family from Flyover Country. I think I'm technically in Flyover Country now. Napa now has crafts. They do not. Do they, Nick? They have craftsmen at Napa?
Whoa.
Ronald says, I need to fire up my old Amiga computer to see if the games still work on it. I had the Commodore VIC-20 and the 64. I never had the Amiga. Eric, how do we miss this?
Hey!
$4.99. Good news. I get a garage on Tuesday. My toolbox comes back out of storage. Time to do toolbox projects.
Awesome!
That's great. Come on.
Videos?
Gong time. 3, 2, 1.
That was also partially for Ricky.
Bob says, I'm a moderate woodworker. Would the Bauer 12-inch half-inch planer hold up? Yeah, it's actually quite a decent planer. To be honest, all those kind of lunchbox planers, I think they're all made in 1 of 2 factories. It's got some nice features on it compared to some of them, but the price on it is around $250 is where you want to find the coupon for that. Camera's way out of focus. I think we're just blurry.
Or perhaps they started drinking much earlier than us.
Craftsman line suppliers is still my favorite of the prosumer brands because I'm too cheap to buy the Doyle or potentially Masterforce. Ronald says, check the Jeep. It might have glasses inside it. That's where I find mine, in the Jeep. You should go look in your Jeep.
No. I think little people that I may or may not have given birth to may be hoarding them.
Walt says pawn shops are the dog pound for tools. You go there to adopt a tool.
Yep.
Zaphiel, did you know that everything at Harbor Freight is overpriced by 20%? Yeah. That's why they come out with 20% off coupons all the time. Or 25%. I think 25% is the magic number.
Oh, it said buffering. So we were having issues.
Yeah, it disconnected for a second and reconnected. I think it's the kids again.
Yes. Well, the oldest one was looking for the youngest, too.
All right, let's hear.
Daughter Ross says there has to be a better tool nearby.
Nice. Chevy Man says, I vaguely heard of it. My wife used to have one, but hers was the Pony as the front wheel drive that was in 1983. Yeah, I think the trim with the...
Oh.
What's the best coupon for the Icon box? I only know of one. It's 20% off. There has to be a better tool nearby.
I know.
Well, they said the closest one. I've got a Hercules over there. I got some bits. I've got a micrometer. Not a micrometer. Digital caliper. I got a whole bunch of tools, but that was the closest. Gonna turn the toolbox into a lowrider. Oh, put some hydraulics on it.
Oh, that would be really cool.
Yeah.
I like it. I'm thinking like bumping.
Last question of the night. What new and interesting designs have you seen from Milwaukee lately from an apprentice electrician? Also, shout out to owning a Vectrex. I gotta tell you, I was really intrigued by that new battery-powered ratcheting torque wrench that they came out. VCG reviewed it the other day, and I think it's about $700. And if I was doing a whole bunch of major electrical kind of work, and you got a torque, like I used to do stuff with low power, and we do racks and huge runs, and you had to torque everything. I would have killed to have something like that back in the day. Let's see here.
A number of people are saying that we need more cowbell.
Zaphiel says, Craftsman has invaded Menards and Napa.
Ricky smiled and babbled at you for the gong. Keep the gongs coming until bedtime, that is. Of course.
Las Vegas is just a suburb of Los Angeles, so it's not flyover country. It's a 4-hour drive.
It's not exactly.
That's a heck of a... FYI, watching at home theater, that cowbell. Well, now I'm wide awake.
We do kind of give you a warning, so you can mute it.
Joe says, camera's good. We're all just drunk.
Nice.
Wonder if Drunk from Work's going to show up. I love calling him that. He's a good guy. Drunk from Work, but I like his channel. I just like tease him. I'm late to the party. What's this about Menards? I love Menards. Got a 6-inch vise that I got from their Master Force.
Well, one of us is now going to be joining them.
Yeah, we got an insider at Menards who just got hired the other day. And apparently also they're carrying Craftsman tools. So.
I'm so excited for you, Steven. Sorry.
A laptop in the Icon box would be an excellent tool. I've got a laptop right here. This is a laptop.
I thought you said in the Icon.
Well, it was in the Icon before,
I know.
and then I moved over here. Why are you arguing with me? Shh. Quiet time for you.
Yeah.
Go to your side of the channel. Will there be coupons for the Icon tools, wrenches, etc.? Yeah, it's Harbor Freight. There's always coupons. That's all they do is coupons. It's their marketing. It's their thing.
Mike Adams is getting banned.
You'll poke your eye out with that. The scissors. I absolutely love that movie, and she hates it because she's a communist from Berkeley.
I just watched it when I was too young, and it traumatized me.
200 watching, only 58 likes. Joe Smith says, "Guys, you better go and hit the like button, or Joe Smith is going to get angry, and you don't want to see Joe Smith when Joe Smith gets angry." To help you focus, you might want to put on an extra light if you're all getting old and all dark.
Yeah, we don't really have an extra
Yeah,
light.
we're just talking about getting more lights in here. I need to mount some up right here. And I left my spotlight out in the truck. Here, open the garage door.
I don't think it's that bright.
Just open the garage door. Go on.
Yeah.
See if this helps the lighting at all.
It's a big, fat, negative Ghost Rider.
It's a little lighter. And, feel that breeze. Oh, it's so
now
nice.
Now the neighbors are going to know how truly insane we are.
They already know.
Actually, I can see the TV in a neighbor's 2 blocks away.
2 blocks away.
Yeah, that's a big TV.
Question, what got you started making videos? Watching people give stupid reviews on YouTube and having to get out there. And it's... What a lot of people don't understand is I have a professional background as part of my job that I've had for evaluating products and testing, and across an incredibly wide range. Not so much product testing as tools and as stuff that different companies would use, and and then having to stand in front of people who make millions of dollars a year and justify my decision. And when you do that in that kind of environment, you develop a certain skill set for being able to spot the BS that's out there. And I saw so much of it about people saying that basically everything from Harbor Freight was junk. And I'm like, I'm using stuff from Harbor Freight and been able to do stuff that you say is impossible. So, and that's when I decided that I was going to say something. Chaka Gillis, more cowbell, Ryobi is trash. Remember, the opinions of Chaka Gillis are Chaka Gillis' own, not necessarily those of the bear or this company.
It's going to be loud. So
3, 2, 1. Take that, neighborhood.
Yeah. Who needs neighborhood watch? I got neighborhood gong.
Let's see here. They do. Napa has Craftsman. They refuse to warranty my lines of play. Oh my gosh. That's what and this is what I was talking about with the whole Spine Sears Craftsman thing. The whole thing is that, it's lifetime warranty. If there's one store, like in our city, there's one store, and I'm supposed to worry about a lifetime warranty from you guys?
Daughter of Ra, I checked. We did not get your postcard yet.
I think the problem was our post office box is 177, and I think you may have I think you heard me say it a long time ago when I got it confused. I was saying 117.
And most of the time they get it in the right box, but sometimes
they know that I'm an idiot, so they go, yeah, this is not for them. Yeah. Rodney needs digital calipers. The Harbor Freight has them cheap, and they're almost identical to the ones you buy off of Snap-on. Because remember, Snap-on never OEMs anyone else's tools.
Put hydraulics on it so you can get into the top box.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That would be cool. Matthew says, congrats on 50K. Love your channel. Huge fan from Galveston, Texas. Yay. I've never made it down in Galveston. I always wanted to go down there. Toolbox beverage cooler. I've actually been thinking about doing just that.
Wait, what?
Putting like one of the mini fridges in the side cabinet.
Oh.
Your stream has been good all night. From here over in Orlando, Florida, receiving you perfectly. It's just that you're a little on the dark side. Well,
I've been telling him that for
wait till I've had a few more drinks. We'll start getting really dark. And the crowd goes wild. Craftsman has invaded all but Walmart. Yeah, but they're all Stanley, so it's the same thing.
Echo says, who disliked? Just curious.
Oh my gosh. I've got so many hater fanboys these days. It's just ridiculous. I had somebody I had to add to my block list because he was going to all my videos and saying that I was a Harbor Freight shill and I wasn't disclosing that Harbor Freight gave me the product for free. And I'm like, within 30 seconds on the video, I said I got the product for free. It's in the description. What more do you want? And they don't care. They're just angry, and so they're willing to lie because they're hoping to convince other people. It's a mindset that I cannot wrap my head around because I would never lie to make a point. It's just not the way I'm wired.
Joe Smith says a reporter from the Des Moines Register disliked.
Yeah,
Moving on. That was funny though.
Yeah. And for those of you who don't know, both Joe and I are originally from Iowa, so seeing the Des Moines Register act up like that is very painful for us. Hiram Buffett. Hey, Hiram, how's it going? You need to go hit that button.
He doesn't mean the like button. He means the light button.
The light button. Sorry about that. Have you ever considered tinkering with PTO shafts and collars in order to create a lathe? And yes, small inches is right. It's very easy to become complacent and have an accident. Yes, it is. That's in any kind of thing with power tools or power equipment or firearms or any of that kind of stuff. You have to be careful. I have not dealt with PTO output stuff since I lived back in the Midwest. I've looked at several trucks I wanted to buy that had PTO on them. I have not gotten back into it. I'm a big fan of the concept of PTO drives. And one day I hope to do something like that, but I'm not in a position right now to do anything with one. Chemical Spores in the house. How's it going, man? Brett says, hi, everybody. Echo says, with Menards and or Napa carrying Craftsman, do you think each store vendor will have their own Craftsman line, thus different quality? That would be interesting. I would not be surprised, because one of the things that companies do, and I think Dyson is the one who invented it, is Dyson would take a vacuum and then they would change it just slightly and create a different SKU number for it. And they would offer that at all these different stores. And then the stores could say, we have the lowest price on this vacuum. If you find anybody else selling it for less, we'll give you the price plus 10% back. Well, knowing that nobody else sells that particular SKU, and people would come in going, well, I found it for cheaper, and they're like, that's a different. Hold on, so you guys can get a full view of this, because she's gonna bust her. What are you doing?
I'm trying to use the little magnet.
That's aluminum.
I'm realizing that.
And magnets won't stick to it.
But it will stick to this.
How about if I poke you? Do we have life insurance on you? Ah!
No, not a cent.
Tickling her feet.
Luck. Do not tickle me.
My wife is trying to stick a magnet to an aluminum panel.
Well, I didn't know it was aluminum when I got up here. Thank you.
You know it's aluminum now.
You're a jackwagon. Hold this.
This is my penance.
Hold my beer.
That was something special right there.
I was doing some engineering.
So was I with the camera.
Everyone saw my sparkly wings.
He says, I'm the 70th person to like this live stream. Woohoo! Despite Sears corporate falling from grace, my home store is still run by great people. Shout out to Little Falls, Minnesota. Now, is it a Sears home store? Because the home stores were spun off from Sears a few years back and are not part of Sears officially anymore. Helm's Deep. I'm on the fence about getting the Hercules line of tools. I do a moderate amount of woodworking. I love the Bauer drill that I own, but I'm not sure if I should jump up to the Hercules line. I would only jump up to the Hercules line if the Bauer is not doing what you need it to do. And what I found, first gear on all of these tools is a bulldog kind of gear, and it will get through about anything. I love the Hercules stuff. I like using it, but I'm not going to tell you need to buy it just to buy it. $5. Love the content. Keep up the good work. Elkvis in the house. 3, 2, 1. Really?
Sorry.
Really just spring it on him like that?
I just got crazy. It must have been the altitude. It made me wonky. You're going to get... No, there's no vodka in there.
I'm checking.
I'm high on life.
Rodney says we need a contest to give Steve a Menard's secret name. That's good point.
Oh, yeah. What is wrong with you? The one Walt and Chaka?
Deep Nard. Instead of Deep Freight.
Oh, okay, no.
No?
We're PG channel.
Okay. We talked about that one. We talked about that one. Only 12 more likes to get to 100.
Woohoo!
If we get to 100 likes tonight, I will give away a free 20% off coupon to Harbor Freight. Yes. I know it's an old joke, but still good. Auberkin's in the house. Kegerator in the tool cabinet. I like that idea. What glasses is the wife wearing?
Yes.
Our kids' neon green sunglasses.
They were $1 specials. Those things will last forever.
Maybe Mrs. Bear can help you apply some makeup when you get all those bright lights set up. Nice.
That's right.
Oh. Chemical Sports is 50K. That's great. I'm still trying to hit 1,000. Keep it up, man. It's just working at it every day. And the real thing is paying attention to what your viewers want to watch. Yeah, you can. There are people who are like, I made the videos I want to make, and I don't ever care about it. And one or two things happens. 99.9% of them never go anywhere because you have to find that specific people who want to watch the same stuff you want to make, or you happen to win the lottery and you've tapped into the zeitgeist, and congratulations. But that's not. You can't plan on that as far as success. Gong and Bear will be next to the cowbell. Ace Hardware has the Craftsman. Yes, they do. I guess I have to send a new one.
I will look again. Daughter of Ra, last time when you asked, I hadn't received it, and I received it like the next day.
We'll ask the people there to see if they've seen it.
And one of the ladies where we get our mail delivered knows about our channel, and so she kind of tries to keep an eye out. Sometimes she'll show me weird things and be like, "Is this for you?" I'm like, "Oh yeah," or I'm like, "Nope, totally not us."
They say they can see us better when the light is off in the background. And I realize that we need to get better lighting in here. We're working on it.
We're working on it, I swear. I was just working on it. Apparently, hysterically. But I was working on it.
If you run electricity through aluminum, it will become magnetic. Yeah, a lot of people don't think that aluminum's conductive for some reason. It's actually highly conductive.
What about that? Is
that's
metal?
a freezer.
I know, but I mean, if we put the light on.
You want to side light it? So
I don't know. See what happens. Just don't do the strobe one.
Look how bright this is.
Stop. The other one. Stop. Yes.
Oh, great. Yeah, that's...
It was worth a shot.
Tales from the dark side. I swear we have not been drinking.
I was going to say, and we haven't had any drinks.
Yet.
This is all natural situation happening here.
The committee is working on impeaching the bear. For disclosing, we have proof that Russia was behind it.
Nice.
Speaking of which, I need some vodka. Don't poke the mama bear. They can be nasty when poked.
Yeah, or they can fall on the computer and ruin the entire evening.
I could tell you at least 5 times that happened to me. I mean, 4. It was funny. HTF and Icon appear to be good replacements for what Craftsman Hands tools used to be. I hope. Your thoughts, price and warranty. Charles, I'll be honest. The whole reason I started shopping at Harbor Freight is because I got pissed off at Sears. I went to return the item, and they told me we don't make that anymore. I can't remember what it was. It was like a set of pliers or something. It was something basic. He's like, we don't make that exact model anymore, so we can't replace it. I'm like, it says lifetime warranty. Well, we don't make it anymore, so we can, and just the guy was like put up, and I had to wait 15 minutes for someone to show up because I'm standing in the tool department. I could have walked off with the whole thing, and I was like, and I went home and I got online and I searched to see if other people were having this problem, and I saw thousands of people were having these problems with Sears and that they weren't standing behind the lifetime warranty. And then a friend of mine at work told me about Harbor Freight, and I went and checked out Harbor Freight, and I've never looked back.
Do you want to try turning the other light off?
What's the other light? The bulb in back?
Yeah.
You can try it.
I'll be back. Attempt 72 for fixing lighting this evening.
Let's see here.
And I apologize, my pants keep trying to...
Mrs. Bear couldn't contain herself. I think you're lagging by a few likes. It's showing 111 right now. Jeez. Well, thank you, everyone.
Is that better? Is that better?
I don't know.
It feels like it's the light.
Actually, it feels worse.
Right above me that's giving me a weird...
You're in the angel effect right there.
There's a moment.
I have a Snap-on fanboy mechanic at our company. He said he swears off Harbor Freight for his professional work, but he just bought the 5-drawer USG cart. He loves it. Bought 2 more. Yeah, these people who are fanboys of these other tools, especially the more expensive stuff, it's almost like Stockholm syndrome. They bought into it. They can't admit that they were wrong, and they will come up with anything. I had somebody tell me that he's seen at least half a dozen people get almost killed by Harbor Freight tools failing at work, and that one guy was permanently disabled. I'm like, if there's all these people getting disabled by these tools, one would think with all the lawyers running around that somebody would sue Harbor Freight over this and that there'd be a lawsuit on it. I mean, there's enough lawsuits about Snap-on screwing over their dealers. You think people getting injured by the tools that there'd be obvious, but there isn't, because they just make up these stories to make themselves feel better.
It does seem like they just randomly make up random stuff.
DR Falcon, is this for the Cubs tonight? We had not said so specifically, but you know what?
We can earmark that.
We will earmark yours. We did put a link in the description tonight for people who do want to actually buy popcorn. Yep, and those proceeds go to the Scouts and help out the Cubs.
There's also options if you don't want to buy popcorn or can't eat popcorn or aren't interested in popcorn.
Are you not doing your job anymore?
I'm sorry, I got distracted.
You're gonna get fired.
Wait, I'm getting paid?
3, 2, 1. No, you're unpaid intern.
Man, I've been an intern for a long time.
You guys are so awesome. Do you have any plans to visit Milwaukee? Go.
Yes.
No, we don't have any plans. You've been to Milwaukee. You want to go back.
I actually had a really great time in Milwaukee. I actually had one of the best construction site experiences when I was in Milwaukee. I take these early morning walks, and so I would walk by this construction site every single day. I didn't really notice anything, and then one day I looked over, and they were all doing, like, yoga poses, which all I can think is, like, they were, like, stretching before they started their day. But I somewhere have a picture of all these construction workers that are big and burly and not the kind of folks that I assumed would be doing yoga first thing in the morning. And they all have their hard hats on and suspenders. Anyways, I love Milwaukee. I thought it was great. I thought it was beautiful. I think that's where we rented a car, right? And drove around.
I wasn't there.
I know, but you know which one I rented a car. Okay. And the state is really beautiful.
Nick says, how about Deep Menards? No, how about the Master Force? It could be the Master Farce. Nah, that doesn't work yet. Patrick says, debating getting an Icon wrench set. Thoughts on getting the regular versus the grip ones versus the ratcheting ones. Does the bear have a favorite if you had to pick only one? Yeah, I'm a big fan of the ratcheting. I've dealt too many times with a socket, or no socket, a bolt that's on that's super long or something. You're just sitting there spinning and spinning. Yeah, ratcheting all day long.
Thank you again, TR Falcon.
Walt says cheap saws can be fixed with a great blade. I'm going to say that 10 times more, man. At least in coming video. I'm doing a review coming up here of the Bauer circular saw. And that's the case. It's an inexpensive saw, but you can put a great blade on that saw and it'll cut like butter.
Chemical Spore says, have you ever been to Orlando? I have not.
I have.
You have.
Several times.
Yeah, he likes to go to places without me.
Went to go see Mickey and the boys.
Yeah, nice. Thanks for not taking me.
You're welcome. Why don't you just put a lamp next to the TV monitor? We were looking for one. We don't have a lamp we can move.
Yeah, we had that conversation.
I just realized my name suggested sound like a Nazi 18. The Master Force.
Nice.
We have ways of making you. No? What gives with JST? That dude shaking my head. I don't know. I don't watch his stuff. Anybody who has to swear that much to get a point across, there's a disconnect somewhere in articulation of some sort. Yeah. And I don't know. Somebody was telling me today about something he said, and apparently he claimed to have 8 trucks or something, but he only has a license for 4, and they only saw 3 trucks that he actually has. I don't know. I'm not even going to get into that kind of drama with him. He could sit there and chomp at the bits.
It's just hard to listen to him. He's just...
Let's see here. Grant Von Risen says, good Sunday evening, Bear fam. How's it going, Grant?
Hey.
Gary says, I got a Snap-on roll cab from my Matco dealer this week. $300. Nice. Need to replace the lock and keys, but those are cheap. New one is $2,500. getting a Snap-on box for Harbor Freight prices. There's nothing wrong with that.
Good job.
In fact, I was actually looking at a Snap-on box. It's a machinist box.
Say it doesn't so.
Small one. It's an old vintage one I want to fix up. I love restoring old tools. Charles says, me too. I have 3 decades of Craftsman tools, 60s through 90s, no more warranty. Yep. Joe Smith says, 131 likes. Let's do 200 by the end of the night. Thank you, Mr.
Yay.
Joe. Mrs. Bear needs to work on her Austrian accent when saying, I'll be back.
Nice.
Let's see here. People getting hurt by Harbor Freight tools were distinctly not OSHA compliant and basically had no case. User manuals exist. Yeah, it's anytime I ever see this, I've got a whole folder full of pictures of broken Snap-on tools. But it's always a case of like when I break these tools, like you're putting a cheater bar on it, or you're doing something else stupid with it. Or somebody's got a chrome socket on impact.
Well, and also people talking about injuries. I mean, how many times? And I think most people that work with tools will say, yeah, there was this one time I did this really dumb thing.
Yep.
I took the guard off, or
I did something sketchy and I paid the price for it.
Right, exactly.
I've done it.
I have a friend whose mom lost several fingers, and it was she took the guard off. And I mean, she's
Did she lose those fingers?
She lost them. Yep.
When did that happen? I saw that she had the surgery. I thought.
Oh no, different friend.
Oh, great. Different friend.
Different friend. No, this one was from when I was a kid.
They saved those fingers, huh?
And yeah, she just didn't have them.
Scouts have been mentioned. CAP. For those of you who don't know, what he's talking about there is Civil Air Patrol, which, by the way, I got to say, I really want all of our kids to, I hate to say it, I want them to, when they get old enough, I want them to move out of Scouts and go into Civil Air Patrol, because Civil Air Patrol is doing for children, for their pushing them and getting them into that mindset what Scouts used to do. And Scouts is all about like, oh, we can't yell at them, we can't tell them they're doing something wrong. Civil Air Patrol's like, get in line, cadet.
It's a different program. It's also geared for older kids.
It is. Got to be 13 or older, right?
You can start when you're 12.
12, okay.
Yeah. Some schools have a specific branch, division, whatever. I'm probably using the wrong terminology. And it's involved in the school. And at that point, I believe they can join when they're 10.
Oh, wow.
But it's a specific case.
Unhuman Newman says, I wish U.S. General made a mid-box for their 72 box. Guess I'll have to buy a 56 and chop that top. A mid-box? I don't know what you mean by a mid-box.
Maybe they mean like...
I think it means bottom, like a hutch, like middle.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you're not the only person who thinks that. I've been saying they need to build hutches for their boxes forever.
Grant Van Rissen says that we should do a snowblower review in Montana. So you've heard. There's snow.
We're not in Montana. No, we don't go there in the winter because there's snow there. D says, I've been eyeing that Hercules oscillating tool for a while now and ended up grabbing one this weekend with the $30. I love it. Dude, you are going to love it because I know the guy who designed that tool, and he's actually a hardcore nerd when it comes to oscillating tools. He put his life, that was his pet project. That was his thing, and they're coming out with a cordless one. I know he's thrilled about as well. I don't know if I was supposed to say that. Uh-oh. Forget that I said that.
I didn't hear anything.
Hold on. Look at the shiny thing.
Look at the pen.
There you go. Yeah. A guy working at Harbor Freight told me a story about cussing someone out for asking advice on used equipment for an assisted care Hoyer lift. That is dangerous. I don't know anything about that.
Wow.
And using equipment for an assisted care Hoyer lift. I don't know.
I think what they mean is when you're in an assisted care living facility, they have a lift that helps get them.
Yeah, but I don't know specifically what a Hoyer lift is. I vote for Scuba Steve.
Me too.
Scuba Steve.
I like it. I think it'll look good on a name tag. I think it sounds great.
Oh, we got to catch up here.
That's right. You're behind.
At least it wasn't like calisthenics in the movie Gung Ho. I love that movie. We do a video on Wen as a company at some point. I've been seeing their tools and catalog. I should do one. It's not going to be a happy one, I can tell you that.
Don't give away everything.
Yes, everyone, don't forget to use at the Den of Tools, all one word, and you have the in there, the Den of Tools. And it shows up highlighted in orange blocks so we know you're talking to us.
Hey, Bunny McIntyre.
Bunny McIntyre's in the house. Hey, Bunny. It's good to see you. She said hi to my favorite bear family. Tons of bear hugs. Haha, from Southern California. Gearhead's in the house. He says hi, Mr. and Mrs.
Hey.
Bear. The Ron Smith says, so far tonight been very entertaining and informative, so should you be going up a lot more? What do you got? Somebody hit that like button. Thank you so much. Let's see here. Redemption Garage is in the house. There he is. Happy Sunday, everyone. Have a good weekend. Have a great week. How you doing, man? Ray says, hello, Jeff and family. Congrats on the 50K. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you.
Gunsmith 40 says, you have the tools. Make your lighting system for the Bear Chat. Somehow that sounds wrong. I'll tell you one thing I am thinking about doing is I want to do an LED lighting strip inside this cabinet over here.
Well, that was my other thought, was to stick this in there. But my thought is...
Well, we did that before, but I wanted to do it this time with having it as the backdrop. I just thought it'd be nice.
I think I know where some LED lights are.
Oh, yeah. You're hiding my stuff now, are you?
It's called moving.
Walt says, for restoring tools, check out Scout Crafter on YouTube. Yes. Roddy says, I think people who swear a lot are just being lazy. And, it's... People always like to use this thing, there's studies that show that people who curse, have a higher IQ. It's not people who curse all the time.
Yeah.
I curse. I use foul language. Let me tell you, if I hit my thumb with a hammer, you're going to hear some really explicit language. I try to be better about it, but it's not like I'm, that I'm against all use of that language in the right setting with the right people. Mm-hmm. Sitting there on YouTube in an open public forum and just going off and every third word basically the only adjectives and adverbs are curse words. That's a problem. That's not intelligence. That's just laziness.
Yep.
Let's see here. Should I link my channel? If you can, I don't know if we can do that. Hold on. There was gonna be an email I was supposed to be getting. My email's still having problems. I got one email. DR Falcon says, I'm guilty of using chrome sockets on the impact. Will keep your hands off the socket and wear eye protection. My middle school or junior high woodshop teacher only had 3 fingers and 1 hand. And that's how you get to be a shop teacher.
And I'm sure there was a story about safety at the beginning, all about what happened to those fingers.
PPE is for amateurs. That stands for personal protection equipment. Which brand has the best impact sockets with no skips? I'm a big fan of Tecton, but you know what? I've got a set of Cobalt back here. They're just fine, and remember all these. They all have lifetime warranties and whatnot. When it comes to this kind of tool, buy what's in your price range, and actually maybe what's nearest to you. If there's a Home Depot near you, wait for a Husky to go on sale. If there's a Harbor Freight near you, there's nothing wrong with the Harbor Freight except they have skips. But usually, the thing is, what do you use? Do you really need a no-skip step? Because, I know a lot of people push the no-skip stuff, but I've been looking at it, and there's a reason they skip those sizes. It's either because it's also covered by, like, an SAE size, or the SAE is covered by metric, or because you just never see them. And if you have to go and pick up 1 or 2 sockets, individually to fill the ones you do miss, it might be a better idea to buy a skipped set.
I have to go check on children, but Steven says, as crazy Russian hacker says, safety is #1 priority. That's right. I'm going to go check on little people, make sure they bathe.
As people from, what is it? Oh, Burning Man say. Remember, safety third. Do you have any idea why there's an inventory problem with Franklin stuff? My store can't get the 4-in-1 dolly. Manager says only one distribution, none available nearby. Don't know. There's a whole lot going on with distribution right now. I know that's missing. The titanium welder is having problems. There was something else they were finding. I don't know what's going on. People are buying too much stuff. Moderator shout out time, Rodney says. Well, thank you very much, Rodney, and thank you very much to all our moderators. Those are the boys and girls dressed in blue there. They have their names like right here, like Stephen Deswan and Rodney and Lars and Joe Smith and everyone else. They have a little blue wrench next to them also. It's not a cobalt wrench. It means they're a moderator. It means that they help keep the channel family-friendly, cub-friendly, and sometimes even answering questions or finding links and stuff and posting them when I can't get around to it because I'm too busy answering your questions. And I want to say thank you so much to them. And I'd like to ask you all, as a way to say thank you to your favorite monitor, go and check out their channel because most of them have channels. They're creators in their own right. They're trying to hopefully one day get up to 50K. And a lot of them, I don't see why we all can't, build the community. Which, as they say, rising tide floats all boats. And so go check them out. Throw them a like on one of their videos. It's the least you could do. It doesn't cost a thing. And who knows, maybe you'll find somebody who's your next second favorite YouTuber. Second favorite. Let's see here. Also notice the Franklin ladders are hit and miss for inventory. That's interesting. You guys are wholesome, and I enjoy this channel. Thank you very much. Nate, we put on a good show. Walt says, mid-box is not a rollaway or a top chest with... Mid-box, not a rollaway or a top chest with the opening lid. Okay. You're talking about the... okay. So the 72 is... You're right, because they only make the 56, so people have been putting the 56 on the 72, and I have been telling them... that they need to get one of those. They hear you guys. Whether it's going to happen, I don't know. They make one. I believe they make one for the Icon, which is ironic. And not iconic, but I guess it is iconic. But Steve says, yeah, snow up there in Montana over 5 feet in places. Oh my gosh. An intermediate box is what I was talking about. Okay, Navy has Sea Cadets if they're more interested in that branch. I've been trying to get the oldest cub to go, Navy, because they don't have pilots. They've got naval aviators. But he's all hard set on Air Force. Age 10 recruitment was banned in CAP due to a large influx of cadets that could not reach the necessary physical training. Oh, that's too bad. Hickey Detroit says, greetings from a train in Winnemucca, Nevada. Oh, wow. Winnemucca. I like Winnemucca. That's a nice little town. Hoyer Lift is for lifting people. Donna Ross says, I am anti-Scuba Steve. Harsh. Shot down by the wife. Look up Young Marines in Bossier County, Louisiana. I've heard about them. We actually looked for them down here. They didn't have a group here. Hoyer Lift is similar to Engine Lift. I know what you're talking about now. I've seen those things. What I'm doing here, I remember seeing a flashlight from your pen. Rodney says, Jesse, secret agent, don't use name tag, silly girl. I know, right? Shoot me an email, Dan. I have a socket for you to test out. That sounds cool. I'll have to do that. Let me... Copy and paste there. I just found out Sir Christopher Lee's albums they're awesome. I'm going to have to see what that is. This is Sailor Guilty. Let's see here. My cousin is like that, but he barely got out of high school. Here's the link. Nick Kaufman. There we go. We got a link for Nick Kaufman's. Let's see here. Blah, blah, blah. Forging a coat hook. Awesome. I will have to come back and check that out. I'm a great pneumatic duo socket guy. Thin wall for impact. That's Jeff Kuiper. He says that. Gear Jimmer says, I haul propane and butane. Gotta wear PPE. Yes, you do. The power of the Inquisition can send links. There you go. I bought a set of gray pneumatics. They're awesome sockets, dual purpose. I've heard that they're good stuff. I have never used gray pneumatic. I can say that, unfortunately. Let's see here. Love the content lately, brother. I appreciate the tips you point out, and I love the backdrop and lighting tonight. Way better. Hey, Sonic, how's it going? Jeff Cabret, yeah, I just found you all. Dada Ross says, my goal is about 3 followers. I think I'm at 2. Do you have any videos? Jaboni says, I have a couple hundred subs. Nice. Joe Smith, he's posted a link. Let's see here. So some people can post, apparently. I think you have to be a moderator. Oh, it's Joe Smith's Name That Tune. He does some fun stuff on his channel. Let's see here. We have the best mods on YouTube. We do. Wow, Hawk in the house. Best Buy legally called blah, 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 blue shirts, blah, 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 copyright. Do you think DeWalt and Hercules are made in the same factory? What's your opinion? No, DeWalt, as far as their big tools and stuff, I know that they do some through a subsidiary, own the factories that make their tools. So you're not getting... Now, the batteries may be coming from clone plants, but the tools that are actually made by DeWalt are coming from factories that are controlled by DeWalt. Let's see here. Chris B says, thanks for helping out Justin with the icon. They just asked me for suggestions, and I said who I thought should get them. And I really wanted him to get one because he has the U.S. General right there. And it's a great comparison between the prosumer version, which is the U.S. General, and the professional version, the Icon. And let's see here. Justin Dow made me a moderator in his channel because I hate trolls. Yeah, trolls are not fun. Tell you what. You've been around here a while, Chris. There, you're going to be a moderator here also. Lucas Schaefer, thanks, Bear. Miss Bear, I'm out for the night. Great show. Congrats on growing the channel. I will keep tuning in. Lucas, you take care. Thanks for stopping by and being part of the channel. Dale, buy some better lighting. Hello from Northern California. All right. I guess I got to do it tonight. Dale, thank you so much for the support. We are working on the lighting. I'm going to get some... Probably not the Harbor Freight LEDs. I want to go to Costco and get the linkable ones and do 3 lights across this way. Anyway, for those of you with sensitive ears, 3, 2, 1. Fight! PPE, pathetic protection excuse. Yes, it is. Except for eyewear. You know who... Here's a question. Who makes your favorite shop level eye protection? I honestly like the DeWalt the best. They make these ones that are like wrap around, like sunglasses, but they're clear shop protection lenses. When is the Bauer fan coming out? I don't know. They have not told me that, but I would like to see it. If you do the LED lighting on the icon box, can you make a video on it and your process of installing? I will definitely do that. And Dada Ross says, no, she has no content. I have a 1/4 inch, 3/8 and 1/2 inch gray pneumatic duo sets in every service van. I've never heard anything negative about the gray pneumatic stuff. Steven says, maintenance man subscribed to me less than an hour ago. There you go. Rail says, I doubled my subs. I now have 4. Good for you. Nick says, this is Sir Christopher Lee's album. It's a metal opera, and it has Patrick Stewart. All right, I'm going to have to come back to that. David Fuchs, what's up? Echo says, with all the different sections of Harbor Freight, what do you think is the most overlooked? That's a good question. Wow, which section is the most overlooked? You know, besides like the toys for the kids section where they get the little figures you can put together and stuff. Wow, what is the most overlooked section there? I think it's got to be like the home accessory stuff. Like they got little safes. They've got like the little hands-free magnifying glass kind of stuff. You know, the small tool accessory kind of stuff. I should probably do a highlight on that section because there's a lot of little items. You know what else it is? They have a lot of accessory things that people just don't think about, like the foot pedals. I absolutely love the foot pedals for so many tools. That gets your hand off the power switch. You're able to use your foot with it, which gives you 2 hands on the workpiece, and that's key in a lot of cases. Daughter says, I got 9 subs. Let's get Daughter up to 20 subs tonight. I love seeing people with no videos with a whole bunch of subs. That's hilarious. Walt Lars, cut off wheels, RPM specific. Watch out, wheels explode for the... Yeah. Somebody did a video where they're like, I did this hack where I put a circular saw blade on a grinder, and I'm like, no, don't do that, because that thing's gonna explode. Yeah, you don't understand the forces at the tip when those things spin if they're not designed to take it. And that's why you always need to wear eye protection around anything that spins at high speed, because they will explode. Ackland 3, $5. Any word on Bauer Herc cordless ratchet? I can neither confirm nor deny. 3, 2, 1. Sorry, can't give you more information. Do you think Hercules will try their hand at a rotary tool? I've been using the same Dremel for years and would love to see what they can do. Son of a shoe, I was supposed to... I forgot to email this guy. Then just reminded me that I needed to email this dude. Anyway, you'll see when the video comes out. Let's see here. Can't talk about it. Sorry. What's going on? Why are we not... Am I caught up? That's not caught up. There's no way that's caught up. Oh, I guess it is caught up. What do you know? Oh, we got Chris Brandy for the Cubs. $9.99. And here's 5,000 to 5,000. Keep up the great work. Here's one for Chris. And one for Grant. And one for 50,000. Riding Life says, my favorite safety glasses are made by Steel. I've used them all summer and they're still like new, just dirty. There you go. PPP is never overrated with chainsaws or grinders. Yeah. DeWalt Steel glasses. Anyone else regarding PPE? Anyone who can recommend eye protection that goes over glasses? That I don't know about, because I don't usually, except for reading, I don't have to wear glasses. Random Thing says, I'm making a gaming PC. What screwdriver should I get? The one I linked in the video with, what you call it? Bob Vila. The one from Tack Life. Chris Peretti, thank you. No worries, man. All right, let's see here. Enough sub talk is making me hungry. This chainsaw blades on grinder is dangerous too. No, because they're dangerous, but they're not like outrageously stupid dangerous, because they're made specifically for that. Carson Exploring Channel says he needs more subs. He'd like to get up to 100. Help him out, everyone. If we could get everyone who's a creator up to 100 subs, I would love to see that, because at 100 subs, it allows you to do things like changing thumbnails and creating changing more of your content and really being a creator at that point. Any word on impact sockets for the Icon brand? I've not heard anything, but I can't imagine that they would not have an impact set. 2 weeks ago, you posted a link to Cobalt 141-piece tool with cart, 150. My son got 2 days ago. Great deal. Ratchet was identical to the one in the EPA auto socket I just got. That's awesome. Everyone's saying, the cart's not that great. It's a $150 cart at that point with free tools. Let's see here. Looking for Gene the Dancing Machine. Looking for my I Told You So dance. Not happening tonight. Maybe I'll pull out the drawer on the Icon, get in there, and do my little happy dance. Aberkin says, the most overlooked part of Harbor Freight is the gimmicky Chicago Electric stuff, like the double cut saw. Yeah. Followed by the wood hand tools beside the Windsor plane, speed squares, and chisels. Yeah, there's a lot of that stuff you look at and like, I'm not buying that. It's just, no. Hiram, hey Hiram, how's it going? Do you have any opinions on DeWalt's batteries? I found them to be powerful, but I found them to be finicky, annoying, easy to break. Circular saw blades on a grinder sound like, yeah. I'm not a fan of DeWalt tools in general, because and batteries included, because the cheaper stuff is way cheap. Now the higher end stuff, like their 60 volt flex, they put a lot of work and a lot of money in those tools. They're trying to make those happen. DeWalt has a history of just walking away from tool platforms. They did it to the NiCad guys, and they did it to, what was that? The small was the 9 volt ones, and they just did it to the 40 volt guys. They just walked all the professional outdoor stuff. 40 volt, invest in us if you're a professional. They just walked away from them. Said you're going to be able to buy batteries for 2 more years, and that's it. You got to switch to 60 volt flex. I think the 60 volt flex is cool, but their cheaper batteries are stupid cheap, and the plastic is not good grade impact plastic, and the cells in them are LGs when everyone else is doing Samsungs. I'm not a fan of and they're overpriced. Go with Milwaukee, go with Makita, go with Hitachi, go with Harbor Freight, go with anybody else, really. Other than Bosch, Mac, Snap-on, those are all cost more per amp hour than DeWalt, but that's it. Oh, and, Festool. Uh-oh, Labrador in the house. Come here. Nope, nope, you're gonna knock everything over. Go that way. Come here. There she is. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
It's okay.
Come here. Can you do this? No, come here. No, let her come back here. Okay, you're gonna rip up Mom's notepad. Move, Jess. Go over there. Come here, Bill. Over here. Come here. Right here. Oh, here. Oh, come here. Up.
Mr. Mark.
Up. There she is. There's the leopard dog. Spaz dog. Antonio's in the house. How's it going?
Hey.
Let's see here.
Sorry that took so long.
Random things at 53 subs. Wow, look at all the blue now. Oh.
Yep, our wrenches.
The Bears happy dance. How long did it take you to get to 1,000 subs? I'm trying to become a good creator, but I'm still in school and doing what I can.
Just be consistent.
I don't honestly remember. It was probably within the first 6 months, because I got lucky on a video fairly early on, and that got me up to 1,000 pretty quickly.
Just keep making content and don't stress yourself out about it too much, and just be consistent. I see you gonged while I was gone.
We did. Did the mama bear head in the tuck in the kiddos? Apparently not.
I went to help them remember to take baths and showers before school tomorrow.
Okay,
so
I have a question.
the youngest little hobgoblin.
Well, before I take a shower. Hi, everyone. Should I wash my hair?
You should wash your hair, and no, wash your hair tomorrow because I can't comb it out tonight before you go to sleep.
Yes.
Elle, that might mean that I'll make you do it in the morning. You still have to brush it out and braid it. Yeah. Love you.
Clay wants to know if I got my kite surfing gear set up yet. I'm in the desert.
He sent us kite surfing gear. That was really nice.
Eye protection that works with glasses is the Uvex Bionic Face Shield. He has it and uses it. There you go.
So not the thing that you brought me.
Pretty much. Purchased a Icon Professional long panel wrench set. Found a defective one in the box and is punched off center. I was surprised. Yeah, I heard that they were finding some that were punched off center. You should be able to take it back and just exchange it. It's a new tool rollout, so best safety glasses I ever got. Those plates wrap around like motorcycle glasses. Yep. Sonic says, "Dang, I have a bass shaker on my chair, and the dog is making it go crazy." And Tony says, "Hi, Jeff and Jesse."
Hi.
Mika says, "Do you think a used toolbox from Snap-on, if it's the same price as Icon, would be better, or go with the Icon?" That's entirely up to you, man. Here's the thing. People need to remember, used Snap-on boxes have no warranty. Okay? And all those people are like, well, I have no problem getting it warranted. Well, that's because you're lying to somebody about saying, well, yeah, I'm the original owner.
Or
And if
somebody's
that's
lying.
your personal ethics, I'm not going to be the one to judge you, but I'm not going to be that person. If I buy something used, I know there's not a warranty, I'm not going to fake it and try to get somebody to give me a warranty that I shouldn't have gotten. I know with Harbor Freight that they're working hard to get into this market, and they're willing to go the extra mile to establish it. It's how they've gotten their business to this point right now. Personally, if it was my choice, I would probably go with a new Icon because, let's see here, new toolbox with a lifetime warranty versus used.
You don't know.
And
what's
if I'm spending,
happened to it.
if I'm spending $3,000 or $3,300 on something, I kind of want a warranty. So
Yeah. Well, and you don't know the pedigree. You don't know what the person before you did with the used thing.
yeah, I don't know if it was in a saltwater environment. Have you taken a scope in to go in through the bolt holes to see if it's rusted on the inside, to see if the frame is twisted or something?
Sorry, guys.
You don't know. And at that kind of investment, I would like a warranty.
Antonio says, nice toolbox in the background.
Thank you. The Icon quick release ratchet's coming soon. I hope so. I'm a big fan of quick release ratchets. Let's see here. Speaking of Festool, the Admiral line of sanding discs at Harbor Freight is extremely competitive. Are they really? Somebody asked me about checking them out, and I haven't gotten around to doing it. What would you all like to see as a next project for a video that I could make? I honestly, for me, for blacksmithing, it's always I like the concept of making your own tools. Mm-hmm. So you escalate this process of creating your own set of tools, and then create more tools and build your workshop. Aubrey says, "What's the oldest tool that you own that you personally bought new?"
The children.
No.
As he goes and looks into his toolbox, I'll see if I can find anything else. Somebody's asking, will Bauer come out with a glue gun? Carson's Exploring Channel. Nathan says,
I hope so.
Cleanliness and organization keys to a lot in life. I think that's true. I think systems.
My old channel locks. These things I've had these for
Forever.
decades. Yep.
Writing Life says, how do I get my name in blue with the wrench? Do I have to donate for that?
Who says that?
No. Writing Life.
$5,000. No. That means you're a moderator and that you help out with the channel. And usually after I've seen somebody be around here for a while and they help out and they answer questions and they're supportive, it doesn't matter whether you donate or not. That's how you end up with a wrench.
Yeah.
Well, okay, we talked about that. Cleanliness in my organization keys a lot in life. Yeah. Greetings from the evening from Colorado Springs. Love Colorado Springs. Not much new to report. Same thing, different week. Hey, Mike, how's it going? Snap-on warranties are only for original purchases, Antonio says. Yep, I keep telling people that. And I get people who are like, oh, I go out and I buy it, from a garage sale or something, and I just buy them broken, get them warranted. Okay. And the thing is, for hand tools, it's not really that big an issue. For a toolbox, they start asking, all right? They start asking for receipts and stuff like that. And a lot of people are like, well, and I can, I warrantied out, rails. Rails are the number one thing that they deny warranty on more than anything else. If the rail is twisted or bent or anything else, it has to show that it was broken. So you get all these people like, well, I have to worry about my rails. Yeah, you do. That's the first thing that they say no to.
So, Batnav10 says, any ear protection suggestion with Bluetooth so I can listen to my phone while mowing the yard? These under. Oh.
No, that's not hearing protection though.
No, I was saying you put those in
under
and you put the.
No, no, I don't. I don't do stuff like that. So it's not something I would use. And even in the firearms kind of stuff, I've used electronic hearing protection, and it's got a microphone added, but the Bluetooth isn't in it.
Right, because the point of that, you don't want to be distracted by your phone or something else.
Yeah.
So I guess the answer is we don't know. But if somebody else does, we would love to hear. Maybe Joe Smith has some ideas, because it sounds like it's specifically while mowing his yard. So it would be ear protection to protect you from the loudness of the equipment.
Grant Van Risen says, currently doing GVR Tool Channel. How long did it take to get above 5 subs? Asking for a friend. I don't know, but hey, why can we get five people to go check out GVR Tool Channel and give him some subs so his friend can get up to above 5 subs? Also, don't do the thing, guys. Don't do the thing where you're like, hey, I'll sub to your channel if you sub to my channel. That they're not real subs. They're not really going to be part of the community, and it's not really going to help. And go with Icon for warranty. Yep. Oakley makes great safety glass. They do. I do like the Oakley stuff. Follow up, what's the oldest power tool you own overall, either bought new or used? Oldest power tool I own. I don't really have any. I honestly don't really have any old power tools that I bought new, because I went. You right?
No.
I went through a period in my life where I lived in the city. Can I talk now?
You can talk.
Okay. Where I lived in the city in San Francisco in a 1-bedroom apartment with no storage, and I had to get rid of most of my older tools and stuff. Some of my hand tools I was able to keep around, stuff like that, but all the bigger kind of shop tools and stuff like that I had to get rid of. So I wasn't able to start building up my tool collection again until we bought a house out in the Central Valley.
Scroll down so we can catch up.
I'm getting there. Any ear protection suggestions? Oh, we did. Okay. Easy there. Is it channel locks or tongue and groove plate? Well, those are channel locks, but channel locks are a form of tongue and groove. I don't care about warranties on tools. I can't really say it's mine unless if my use relies on following somebody else's directions. Free to try any fix and get mostly stuff used. That's a great idea. Is just buying up used stuff and using it and repairing it if you can. Let me make sure here. Congrats on 50K. Should be 50 million. Yours world's above the others. Thank you, Grizz. I appreciate that. Ron says, I hope Mama Bear didn't turn the little baby bears in the bearskin rugs. She's gone for a little bit.
Yes, the youngest one was having some I don't want to take a shower issues. Somebody was talking about me coughing, but you just scrolled past it.
All right. D. Prospero says, okay, time to relax with the couch, on the couch with the wife. Thanks for stopping by. You take care.
Have a good one.
Let's see here. Nathan says, fell off a truck bed with steel safety glasses on, hit my face on the corner. Glasses took the hit. Oh my gosh.
Ouch.
Jake Cage says, just saying, hey, from Monett, Missouri. I'm a huge fan of your knowledge. Thank you, Jake. Just bought the extendable wrenches. Are they any good? The extendable wrenches. You're talking about the extending ratchet? Which case it's decent. I like it.
Brad's Workbench is commenting on the Bluetooth hearing protection.
Oh, IsoTunes.
Yes. Yep. I was getting to that.
Well, I got to it faster.
Yeah.
Someone commented on how Harbor Freight might not be able to compete in the lower end tools with Amazon, etc. And the shift to Icon with higher end tools indicates new business model. Thoughts? No. There's no. Harbor Freight's been competing with Amazon. Think about it. Amazon's been out for how long, and Harbor Freight's still there and growing. Harbor Freight is just expanding to capture more of the market share. They haven't reduced any of their tool line. They haven't gotten rid of anything. They've just expanded it. And the fact of the matter is that in most cases, the lower end stuff sells more. So, I mean, think about it. How many cars does Rolls-Royce sell versus how many cars does Hyundai sell? the inexpensive stuff sells to a broader market. There's more people who can afford the Hyundai than can afford the Rolls Royce. So I just don't see that as being the issue. It's they just want to capture more market share.
A number of other people are offering suggestions for the hearing protection. Brother loves 3M. Somebody else says Howard Light has good ear protection. So does 3M Peltier. So it sounds like you've got a number of good options.
What would you personally like to see in a channel around this kind of genre? Tools, DIY, etc. What would I like to see? Just other points of view. I think people really appreciate getting different viewpoints. And I think there's definitely value in people coming in from different angles. You can talk about the same sort of thing. And it's as long as you produce regular content on a consistent basis, you're fair, you're analytical, you're intelligent about it. I think people want to see that.
Rail spike tongues or a mace, which do you want?
Oh, the tongs.
Hitachi grills that are on clearance at
Drills. Not grills. It's not a grill. There are no Hitachi grills out there.
I was just thinking, oh my goodness, no one buy a grill. I might light something on fire.
They seem like a good buy. The only question I have is, one of the things about Hitachi is they offer a lifetime warranty on their lithium-ion products. That's lifetime of the tool. As long as they're making that tool still and still selling that tool, it is still under warranty. If 7 years from now they're still making that tool, it's still under warranty. If they stop making it, it's no longer under warranty. But that's a better warranty than most tool companies. That said, I don't know what's going on with the merger with Metabo. Are they going to back that warranty? Also, will the batteries be backwards compliant? If they are, it's a screaming deal. If not so much. I think they are. I think they are, and I think they'll keep doing all that stuff. But
daughter of Rossi's smoke coming out of your ears.
Why? What'd I do?
When I was coughing and you wanted to giving me death stares. I'm guessing.
Batnav 10, $3.99. Get some honey for Mrs. Bear's cough.
Yes, I'm taking bee pollen, and we ran out of honey, so on Wednesday
You know what we did get? A gong.
I'm not in my right mind, okay? I've been sick for like weeks. It's...
Sorry, I keep bumping the table, guys. And gals. 3, 2, 1.
Thank you so much. My neighbors are going to think we're...
Let's see here. What got you into the tool world? Did you use to work at a tool store, or were you a technician, or did you just randomly pick up tools and play with them and get more and more? So I had grandparents on both sides who were both into tools. One owned houses, and he had lots of rental properties, and he was into tools to work on them, fix them up, work on his own house. The other one was in just DIY kind of stuff, but very serious about it. And then I had other family members who were professionals in the trades and stuff like that. So I was always around that sort. I'm from the Midwest, and had family who owned farms and whatnot. So people who just they do stuff with their hands. They work with tools, and you're just around it enough, you pick it up. And then myself, when I was a teenager, I was doing lots of different kind of jobs. I did landscaping, and then right after high school, I got a job in the trades, and I became a carpenter. And I did that for years and years and years, and then I got out of that and went into IT technical kind of stuff, and I did low power, a lot of networking kind of stuff, running long networks, building server rooms across the United States and Canada, and then doing stuff for myself. I also I bought a house for $2. I bought a duplex for $2, tore it partially down, fixed it back up. I've owned almost 70 cars at this point, and buy a car, drive it for a year, fix it up, flip it, and then then we bought our house. I got into working on that, and we got a house up in Montana. It's the fourth oldest house in the U.S. Not the U.S., in Montana, and we're fixing that up. So
I like tools.
Yeah.
My dad worked with tools a lot. So.
I've always been a DIYer, trying to fix things for myself. My son asked me, he's like, "Dad, how did you start learning so much about cars?" And I was like, "Because I couldn't afford to pay someone else to fix them. I had to fix them myself."
Yeah. And you're also naturally curious.
Yeah. That got me in trouble more than a few times.
You're like, I wonder what happens if I take this out. Oh, that doesn't work anymore at all. I have extra parts left over. That's probably not good.
Chris says, the oldest power tool I have is a Makita 9-volt drill, the one with the long battery. Chris, that's the first cordless power tool I ever had. Was back in I think it was 1990, somewhere around then. And it was because I had that. I had the Makita drill, and I had the first tool I bought, which was the Milwaukee Sawzall. And that one fell off of a 4-story building onto concrete, and that was the end of that drill. Nick says, less than the last 5 seconds is a video for a laugh. Eric says, the oldest tool is my 1/4-inch drive socket bought in '85. And let's see here.
Somebody else had one from 1925.
Brad says his oldest tool is from 1890.
Wow. I read that as 1980.
I did too the first time I saw it.
Oh, it was Nick. Says my oldest is a Diamond Duluth pliers from 1925.
Oh, wow. I'm trying to think what the oldest one I own is. I've got a wrench, like an old school kind of plumbing wrench that I'm guessing is from the 1800s.
What about the thing where like you're doing like smelting?
Oh, the blacksmithing tools? We have no idea how old those are. They're probably from the 1800s.
They're old.
Let's see here. I buy earphones for my cell phone. There's noise blocking in it. To check the back of the package to tell you if the blocking noise on the back, if it has blocking noise on the background. Idiocracy. Hey man, how's it going? He says, where to go?
I purchased the half earthquake impact wrench from Harbor Freight, and I'm truly impressed with how hard it hits. I'm hoping it lasts a while.
Me too. Here we go. Oh, we already done.
Yeah, but there's another one.
I know, hold on. At Harbor Freight, I can hold it, see if I really want it. Yeah, and Amazon, it's always a gamble. Yep. Yeah. The other thing is returning it. The one with like Tecton's nice. You can take a picture and stuff, but I can also just run to Harbor Freight and get it the same day. Yeah. I have all these people saying like, well, I make money with these tools. If I'm down even for a day, I lose money. Well, then buy stuff from Harbor Freight because you can go and replace it the same day.
Buy two.
What's the best Harbor Freight 8-inch drill press or Win? That's a good. The Win might actually be better, but the Win warranty is crap. I'd say they're so close. It's hard to pick one over the other. Message for the bride. I'm broadcasting. There's a handy device called a cough switch that opens the audio path when the talent has to make an unexpected sound. There you go. I'm not sure this mom bear is going to make it 3 hours. That's daughter Raw looking out for you.
Yeah.
That's a Hitachi grill. After we invent for you the cough switch, that gong just made my teeth itch. Sorry.
Nice.
Hey, Jeff, what do you think of that whole thing with the SMIG M17 getting the contract over the competitors and whatnot? Oh, the SIG M17. I think it's awesome. I think SIG makes an awesome firearm. The P360 or 320 or whatever is an amazing firearm. I had one. It wasn't my favorite thing, but they make an excellent gun. Grizz says, stop it. Give Bella a treat. Tell her it's from Grizz.
Oh, I will.
We will.
I will. I'm actually going to go in and try to find a cough drop.
Gong in 3, 2, 1.
The neighbors, they're loving us right now. Oh.
What is work anyway?
The Aubrey is saying, any ideas on how to wake up an old Skill Flex charge battery? Have a drill with it, but it won't charge up. I put the chuck on my grinder for now to hold a wire wheel.
Yeah, but it's dangerous as all hell.
GVR says, do you think Bauer will come out with a 12 volt like Milwaukee?
No. I think that they'll expand the Hercules line of 12 volt tools, but I don't think we'll see it in Bauer. As far as waking up an old battery, if you can find, like, say, another battery that's fully charged and patch it directly into that battery, bypassing the recharge circuit like that you see in the charger, it's possible to push enough current in it to get it past that safety level so that it will start taking a charge. It's also possible to set it on fire, which I almost did.
Explode.
Yeah. Let's see here. Got hands-on with the Icon ratchet wrenches today and gotta say, for the price, I'd rather go with Mac. Price needs to drop quite a bit. Yeah, I think the price on those seems quite a bit high, but Harbor Freight does have a tendency to launch stuff at a high price and then let it settle down to what the market's going to bear on it. And that's just, I think, what pretty much anybody does. Because if you come in too low, you can't really raise the price without people getting a negative connotation that you're trying to screw them over. Like, oh, we like this, so you raise the price on it. But if they come in high, you're like, this is too expensive, and you lower it, then people are like, okay, well, you're listening to us. It's always better for a company to come in high and settle rather than come in low and raise it. Matt says, I wish Harbor Freight would come out with a 10 to 12 variable speed drill press like the Wind. So do I. I think that's an excellent drill press. I've seen several of them. Brad's Workbench, I think, has one, and they're great. It's not lithium, yeah, which means it's NiCad. But NiCad, I mean, any battery, it's dangerous to do that sort of stuff with. It's not as dangerous as with a lithium, but it's still, you could hurt yourself and others. And I'm not the one that started running their mouth. Who's running their mouth? What? What's going on here? Raccoon humor. I'm missing something's going on here. Oh. Anyway, Walt Lars says, I avoided the Kanjo station by going Highway 126. Okay. Actually, you can also tear apart the battery pack and replace the cells. That's a good one. I don't know why I didn't even think about that. That's a great solution on something like that. 3M has Bluetooth hearing protection. There you go. And Matthew says, I'm in the market for a new impact driver.
Sorry.
Is it for home use, professional use, just casual kind of stuff, or what? Michael Chesney says, old bats do not recover well. Explosions can be exciting. Better off taking the old pack to a place like Batteries Plus, and they can fab up. There you go. That's a good solution also. Mod fight.
Are they throwing their wrenches at each other?
Yes, they are.
So much has happened while I was gone.
Yeah. Higher price coupons make you feel better. Yep. Yes, they do. Nick Hoffman says he now has 7 subscribers. Woohoo! And Terry says, Jeff, you need to take Brad's Workbench mod tests and the maintenance mans till they grow up. Yeah.
Nope.
This is not the place for that kind of stuff, guys. It's all in good fun, ACM. Put them in timeout for fighting. Brad, isn't that what got you kicked out of Scouts? Come on now. I'm teasing him.
I'm teasing
him.
What's that other thing where you put them in a really big shirt? They have the makeup shirt.
What are you talking
siblings
about?
That are fighting. People put their kids in really big shirts, and they have to be in the same shirt together and like work it out.
You're so Berkeley right now.
That is not a Berkeley thing.
Let's see here. Professional home use. So prosumer. In that case, you want to go with like the Bauer or the Ryobi. Who else? The Ridges aren't bad. I have an issue with them standing behind their warranty. Who else makes a good? I feel like I'm forgetting somebody in that mid level. I think those are the best options really for you. Let's see here. What half-inch drill would you recommend for home use or prosumer? Pretty much the same ones. For home use, like like non-hardcore, I'm just doing stuff around the house and doing basic kind of stuff. I have to say the Hyper Tough line from Walmart is looking like the way to go. For prosumer level stuff, Ryobi, the lower end rigid stuff, the Bauer stuff, maybe the Hercules stuff if you want to spend a few bucks more, but Bauer or Ryobi is usually where I would go for that kind of mid-level stuff.
Jeff Kipper says the Get Along shirt. See, I knew it had a name. Thank you.
Sure it does.
Thank you very much.
Motor lift is the Sam. I don't know what that means. Ain't nobody even fighting.
Yep.
Uh-huh. Yeah, I know you two got a thing for each other, and this is like the, oh, I don't like you kind of hitting kind of thing. Let's see here. That's it. That's it. Speaking of hitting, Cobalt.
Great.
Cobalt has a great price on some
Ow.
stuff. And you're such a whiner.
No, it's your
You should play
trying to
soccer.
kill me. I'm an
Doyle
unlock.
Klein or Channel Lock? Oh, that's a good question. For me, I wouldn't go Klein unless I specifically needed that level of tool, because they're going to be more expensive. Channel Lock or Doyle, I would go Doyle, but that's because I go to Harbor Freight a lot. So that way, if I'm going there anyway, if I have a problem and I know I can get them for cheap and they're decent tools, I can get them. If I was going somewhere else that always carried Channel Lock and I know I could get same day returns on stuff or exchanges for warranty, then I would go there. And Klein is only if you were a serious professional electrician or something like that and you're using these all the time, or even a low power kind of person, I would get. I like the Klein tools. I've got Klein.
Zaffiel, you're funny. I have a drinking problem.
See, I've got my Kleins right here. So, I mean, I use all brands, and these are great. Don't get me wrong. The Get Along shirt.
Yeah, I'm telling you. It's a thing.
Vegas MMA sell tickets. We will profit from them.
That's right.
I got an in at UFC. We can get them all lined up. Another reason products come out at a higher price also to cover the R&D costs. And what I hear initial launch, that's probably true. And that the fact that the hardcore fans will buy them at that price. So why not make an extra buck off them, I'm sure.
Chemical Spore says, where's Junk from work?
Where is Junk from work?
Someone go wake him up.
Tell him to stop drinking, stop live streaming for 8 hours straight, come over. Do you eat a lot of hot dogs? No. Den Tools and other mods, we're having a wrench throwing fight. How did I miss the memo? Man, you do not want to get into a wrench fight with Daughter Raw. She'll break out that flamethrower. No gloves, Brad. Bare knuckle. Hey, there's a new bare knuckle boxing league. That is brutal to watch, man.
Ouch.
If you're running half-inch and not wanting to spend a lot, you need corded. That's a good idea. People often overlook corded, and I guess apparently I do as well. But yeah, corded is always a great choice. Junk from Work is near Alaska and Canada. Wow, I didn't realize it's that far. Any word on when credit cards are coming out? First quarter next year. Matt says, I love my Milwaukee M12 tools. There's not much not to like about the M12. The Milwaukee just owns that 12-volt segment, man. Everyone else is trying to fight for second place. It's like a Muppet fight for second place. I want second. Because no one can come close to the M12 line. But you would go with Bauer over Ryobi due to the other offerings. I would go with Bauer over Ryobi because I think that I'm looking for my Bauer tools. I like the form factor on the Bauers better. I've had Ryobi tools. I had a couple sets of Ryobi stuff. I'm not a fan of the form factors they use. The drills are long, this like way long kind of drill on it. The Sawzall was anemic. They make some better stuff too, but their battery platform, I'm not a fan of their battery platform. I know it's backwards compatible and all this stuff, and they've sworn to stick by it. And if you're already in the line, that's great. It's not my favorite, and I'll be honest, the balance from having a regular type of lithium rather than that big honking kind of thing that the Ryobi has is just better, and they can make better design tools like the sander. That battery-powered sander, which I'm not a fan of battery-powered sanders, but I don't like the shape and the feel of it. And on top of it, since I'm already at Harbor Freight all the time anyway, I'd be going with the Bauer over that. Ryobi 18-volt line has more auxiliary tools, so you can buy bare tools cheaper. Can you buy them cheaper? I mean, there's probably, I guess, maybe. But the question is, what works for you? And
get opinion on car left.
On car left? Get opinion on car left. I don't know.
It's spelled with a C, so I don't know what that means.
Car?
Yeah, versus Karr.
Oh. Kahr, you mean?
Whatever. Spelling, not my thing.
No, it's Vulcan versus Miller. What are you going to do? If it's in the category of power that the Vulcan is in, I would go with the Vulcan. It's going to be less expensive and gives you the same level of performance. I mean, Miller makes everything from super cheap stuff under that, what do they call their super cheap box? The Champion or something like that. And then they make super high-end stuff, so...
Kahr. I knew both of us were
I just said Kahr.
No, you said Khar.
No, I didn't.
Kahr.
Rewind to feed.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I was given an old-school Bosch drill, but it's heavier than heck, and the batteries are turbo expensive. Bosch batteries are stupid expensive. They are. I've gained a lot of respect for Klein as a company as of late. Check it out. Klein is a great company. You never hear me say that their tools are bad or that they're not worth what you pay for them. The question is, do you need that level of tool? That's all you need. That's what you need to figure out. It'd be cool if Bauer came out with a big boom box. It would be. I don't think that's going to happen. What are you looking forward to seeing at the SEMA show? Maybe pimp out the Icon toolbox.
Yeah, you're just going to roll up with your Icon toolbox.
I'm looking for all the off-road stuff, the Jeep stuff, the side-by-sides, that kind of stuff. And I'm also hoping that Dodge is out there again giving free drift car rides, because that's hella fun.
You did have fun with that.
Oh, that was so much fun. I just wish they'd let me drive. Aberkin says my favorite pliers are old needle nose that say Japan ITO on one side and something faint like Award on the other side. I have a set of pliers. They're not. I don't think they're needle nose that say something like that. I think they're side cuts. Flamethrower was sent to the shop. Stopped sparking.
Too many soapboxes burned in on. I hear ya.
It's all about duty cycle. You got to make sure your flamethrower is rated for the duty cycle of the live streams that you're going to be monitoring.
Nick says, "I'm not the only one with the flamethrower for wrench fights."
Matthew asks, do you have an opinion on Northern Tool and Supply Car Lives? I don't know what Supply Car Lives is. Northern Tool, I have no opinion. They look cool. I've only seen their online stuff. I've never been to one of their stores. And never having been there or anything, I can't really give an opinion on that. Milwaukee dominates quite a few. Well, if they're into that sort of thing, I'm not going to make any judgments.
No one is safe if Daughter of Ra has a flamethrower. That's right, Steven.
After all the Icon hype, do you think Earthquake will do, or Harbor Freight will do anything with the Earthquake XT line? Yes. M12 is very expensive. The fuel stuff is very expensive. Their brushed stuff is actually quite reasonable. I haven't tried the Bauer shop vac, but I've been happy with the corded electric impact so far. I've been using it about 6 months. I would not buy the shop vac as like, this is the tool, like I need a shop vac, I'm going to go buy this. The shop vac is something you buy because I already have the line and it's nice. And we use it a ton, don't we? The little red shop vac with the extension.
Yep.
It's great for getting up dog fur. Do you think the circular saw Hercules brand would be as good as the Porter Cable circular saw? My Porter Cable lost its life last weekend and I need to replace it. So for me, Porter Cable circular saws are, in my head, are the old, big steel corded ones. In which case, no, those things are a beast. If you're talking about the gray ones, I think they're way better than the gray cordless 20 volt.
Paul St. Marie says, by the way, the package I sent you with something wrench was returned unclaimed. Did you send it to Vegas or did you send it to Montana?
He said this before, that he sent it to Vegas and then it came back. And I think we need to go talk, because we've had a couple people now. I think that's three people who've said that they've had problems. And I think we need to go have a chat with them.
Okay.
We may have to get a new post office box because this is getting ridiculous. We can't have stuff returned.
Yeah, well, we've never had something returned before.
He's the second person who said it, and then Daughter Ross sent us something and we didn't get it.
Okay.
Somebody wants a specific Ryobi gimmick tool. They can get an adapter from SureBonder for Makita. Oh, that's cool. ShopVac, serious, Stanley. Is Icon planning on coming out with a locking flex head ratchet? I heard that they are. I don't have 100% confirmation, but I did hear that they are coming out with one. Carlisle. Carlisle's excellent. I just wish you got to find the sales for Carlisle. They're fine. In my wrench testing, they did a really good job. I like them, but when they're on sale, they're a great tool. And if you're shopping at Napa, definitely get them. The only problem for me is that Napas tend to be kind of oddly located.
Where are you going?
I'm scrolling. I hear Vulcan, I think Steve's favorite language to learn.
Yep.
Nice. Some Bosch drills have non-removable chucks. Really? You spend as much time at Harbor Freight as I spend at Menards, Sears, and Hardware Hank combined. I don't know about that, but I can't go to Menards. There's only one Sears, and we don't have a Hardware Hank, so. He spends as much time at Harbor Freight as I spend at work. It is work for me. My garage is proof you can get Ryobi very cheap if you look. You can pick up bare tools at a heavy discount. Well, this is the thing. If you follow any tool line enough and you pay attention, you can pick up tools used for cheap. Now, or used or at parking lot sales or in the discount bin. You just have to know where to look and be willing to spend the time being the hawk watching for them.
Yeah, well...
And if you are... But that's fine. But then you realize what you're saving the money, you're giving up with time by keeping an eye on that stuff and watching for it.
Yeah, I mean, I think what you said is true. Like, if you really are passionate about anything, you can find a cheaper way to do it. You just have to contact the company, ask if they have a program you don't know about.
You are all about contacting the company, asking for coupons.
Yep.
That's your thing.
Yep.
Troy asked if there's any truth that will be a Mrs. Bear coming out to add to the channel in future videos. We've talked about it. I got to work on making it.
Yep.
This is the only channel I moderate. This is the flamethrower problem. They don't sell stronger ones.
Yep.
So you're saying it's my fault. I hear you now. Matt says, at the Maintenance Man, the other day I saw a guy on a construction crew building a new house in my neighborhood with a Herc drill. Oh, that's a lie. Pros don't use Harbor Freight tools. Yeah. That's what I love. And then And then they'll say a thing about, I use DeWalt because if my tool goes down, I need to know it's going to get replaced. I'm like, DeWalt has literally the worst customer service for the repair program of all the major tool brands. And with Harbor Freight, if you get the extended plan, you walk in, you put the tool down, you walk out 5 minutes later. If you're a noob such as myself, what are 3 to 5 tools you would say are must-haves? I own a really old house. I don't use stuff a ton, but I would like to have some basics. Well, I mean, besides the basic hand tools, you got to have a hammer, you got to have screwdrivers, you got to have all the hand tools. And then once you have all the hand tools, then you need to get a drill and an impact, because those are 2 tools you'll often use together on projects. You'll use the drill to drill pilot holes, the impact to sink screws, a handheld circ saw, probably a corded one. If you're doing if it's a really old house and you're doing any kind of demo and restoration, you'll want a sawzall, a recip saw, and
protection.
Yeah, you'll want some dust masks at the very least and some eye protection if you're pulling stuff out. Yep. And then after that, maybe a hammer drill or something like that for getting through small bits of concrete, sinking lags, that kind of thing.
That was a serious comment.
What, super glue?
Super glue.
Oh, yeah.
Not for the house, but for
cuts?
the inevitable, yes.
I can still remember the kids' look on my face the first time I got a nasty cut and I just super glued it in the shop. They're like, Dad just did that.
Yeah. Well, because there's a good 35 minutes where they're like, someone's going to arrest us. Obviously, that's illegal.
Antonio says the Evolution multi-cut saw is a beast. I've heard great things about the Evolution saws. I really have. And they're metal cutting stuff and whatnot. JR says 12-volt Makita. I have a drill driver and the radio, and your thoughts on the line for homeowner. It's decent. In fact, I'm actually planning to do a video. I didn't know if I was going to let it out this week or the next week, talking about that the future of power tools is 12 volt. And I think for the majority of homeowners, 12 volt is more than sufficient for what we're going to do. Black & Decker's basically made that their go-to. I mean, you could still buy 20 volt Black & Decker stuff, but their 12 volt line is now their default line. Matt says I used to live close to Northern Tool, bought a lot of stuff there. Their regular prices are stupid expensive, but their sale prices can be stupid good. That's my experience. Sounds just like Tractor Supply. That's the same thing I say about Tractor Supply all the time, is that their regular prices are too expensive, but their sale prices are awesome. Daughter Ross says mine was a wrong box number. I had 117, not 177. Maybe your P.O. box is full.
No. I like how he looks at me. I would like to point out that you can go and check the P.O. box at any time, Mother Trucker.
Read Joe Smith's comment. If you can read.
Oh my goodness. Joe Smith sent $1 million cash to our P.O. box. I'm sure that I will get it. Mainly because I'm going to go there tonight, break in, and open all the boxes.
And Paul sent it to the Livingston location.
Okay.
And we're not in Livingston right now.
We're not, but it should still be there because...
But I think we talked about it. Like, he sent it before I left, and I went and checked, and it was not there.
Okay. Is 132 the box number?
I don't remember.
Okay.
Could you say what lines of suppliers you have or think you'll get? Don't want to send duplicates. I had a list. I don't remember.
Consult your list.
I know I've got the Doyle, the Husky, what's the other ones? I can't remember right now.
Thomas, we do use UPS for our mailbox. Thank you.
Yes, we do. Shout out time, Rodney says. Well, as if Rodney says it, we got to do it. That means shout out. Thank you very much to all the moderators. That's everyone dressed in blue there with the blue wrench behind their name. I want to say thank you so much for throwing your wrenches at each other and causing mayhem in the chat. No, I'm kidding. They help out and they help keep the channel family friendly. And I really, really appreciate all the help that you guys have done over the years. And that, I remember when I started doing the live streams that I found it really annoying to have to moderate the chat and answer the questions and keep up with everything. And you guys made a world of difference when it came to that. So thank you so much. I really appreciate your help. Why don't you say thank you by going to their channel maybe and checking them out and giving them a like and a subscribe. Remember, we got to get everyone up to 100 subscribers. That's our goal. There's some crazy site that sells plans for a Rambo battery, a bandolier of NiCads. You plug into your tool and wear like Rambo.
Okay, that's what I want for Christmas. You guys all heard it here. That's what I want.
Modern Sears Craftsman versus Stanley Craftsman hand tools. I'm going to take a hard pass on that. I don't want either of them. I'm sorry. I don't. I've tested them. I've looked at them. Not having it. I've seen pros use Harbor Freight tools, but they were drunks. The tools were drunk?
That's kind of harsh.
That's weird. No. Go. I dare you, go to any shop that does tires. Any like a Big O tire, something like that. $10 says that there's probably a Harbor Freight car jack in the corner that they use when they can't put a car up on a lift. Go to go aviation. Go to any aviation hangar and you're going to see Harbor Freight tool carts all over the place and Harbor Freight tools. For some reason, they're really big in the aviation sector.
Duncan will be set.
Yeah, Duncan will be set. There's just, the Hercules miter saw is becoming a go-to saw for many people because it comes with that 1-year lifetime warranty. It's cheaper than the DeWalt. And if they have a problem, the DeWalt is, who can warranty that thing? Who's going to package up a miter saw, a 12-inch sliding miter saw, and send it off and wait 6 weeks to 3 to 4 months to get it back when they can take it back to Harbor Freight and get it exchanged the same day? Just doesn't make sense. Let's see here. Brian says, I got a really good deal recently at Sears on Craftsman, like Harbor Freight prices. Is this a sign my local Sears is about to close? No, it just means that they're having a big sale. And but I'll be honest. So what I did hear was that they are going to be reducing the size of the hardware department in most of these Sears. And that was the reason for the sale, is they're trying to get rid of excess inventory. Black tape and paper towels for Band-Aids. I've done that. I've done that a bunch.
Yep. Yes, you have.
Yeah. All liquid bandages is a type of super glue. Pretty much. Ronald Smith says, over 30 years I've been using super glue to put me and other people back together, and you can get them to the hospital. Yep. Donna Ross says, my night is now complete. I managed to rewire Steve's brain sitting in my chair doing nothing.
Oh, awesome.
Okay. Let's see here. P.O. Box usually only retained for 2 weeks to a month. Well, there you go. Up to 13 stubs for Daughter of Ra, who has no content. Michael says, Boss just sent you an involved email. If you get the time to look at it, might be useful for battery-related issues. By the way, belt-fed NiCads are very funny. Jason Jenkins, new to your channel, love it. Learning a lot about tools. Picked up a Ryobi 5-piece brushless kit for $300 last December and love it. 3 saws, drill, and impact. Nice find there.
Awesome. I'm working on it. I'm gonna cough all over you. Thank you. I didn't catch the name.
Jason,
thank you.
BKD70 says, howdy, everyone finally made it over here. How's it going, man?
I gotta go check on the littles.
Fine. Sears killed Osh Hardware. Lowe's closed them down. Lowe's owned Osh, and they shut them down to make their balance sheet look better. And Need something from Kmart? Hurry up. If you need something Kmart around here, you're out of luck already. They're all gone. Everyone forgets about Ace, True Value, and Do It Best. I don't forget about them. Their prices are just so high all the time. Anytime I go in there, I'm upset and I'm just angry. JR says I need an impact for lug nuts for Jeeps, F250s, and my tiny Mazda. Not a pro, but I do prefer to do what I can. Waiting on mechanics for easy stuff is killing me. Either the Bauer impact, which I've had, and I can take the stuff off of my Jeep or my truck, or the Cobalt. And in fact, the Cobalt's is brushless, and either one of them are good. I do auto glass, and I also field service tech for forklift. Oh, that's cool. The shorter list is what I don't do. I have a P.O. box. According to the contract, they will only hold packages mail for 30 days, so you might want to contact the one you have in Montana. Yeah, I'm going to have her do it. That's what she does. Michael says, I work at a Chrysler dealership where we have 3-ton Daytona jacks that we use weekly for oddball jobs. Best jack, especially for the cash. Yep. My doctor used super glue on my leg bypass. I believe it. I can't speak much for current Craftsman hand tools. However, I inherited my dad's 60s fine-tooth ratchet, and it works good as new. The older stuff is great. It really is. Just if you break it, you're out of luck. Antonio says, I got your email, Antonio. Sorry, we've been really busy this week. We're ramping up stuff, so we got scouts ramping up this month. Football, the older Cubs in football. He had 2 games on Saturday. I think they won. No, that was last weekend was 2 games. This week was 1 game. They went 50-50 last weekend. There was a blowout. They won big this weekend. Just trying to catch up on everything. Let's see here. Brian says, just what is the proper pronunciation of Ryobi? What is the definitive? It's Ryobi, not Ryobi. Do you think karma will give Fast Eddie what he deserves? I can only hope. The price in the Ace and the True Value near me are fine, maybe location based. I think just again, it's that kind of situation where if it's on sale and it's a good sale, it's not bad, but the everyday pricing is because they're smaller locations. They have to charge more because their item per square foot profit margin needs to be higher to support their cost because they don't have the large stores where they can just throw out millions of items or hundreds of thousands of items. Dibrock's in the house. How's it going? Yes, Antonio. Thank you so much for letting me know. I do appreciate it. Comment on the Ernst Wist wired 1/2 inch. No comment. Have never used it. Sounds like a round of albuterol for Mama Bear is required. That's not a bad idea. I should probably get her to do that. Didn't even think about that. Yeah, Dallas lost again. Thank goodness. Oh, let's see here. Make tools great again. I like that one. Sounds like somebody needs to make a hat. Have an Ace Hardware here in T, South Dakota. Super overpriced. Try to support local hardware. I have a Menards, Home Depot, Lowe's within 5 miles. You know what I like is like the really, if you can find them, there are some good independent stores. Riverside Hardware in Livingston, Montana, just down a couple blocks from our house. The guy who works there is absolutely brilliant. Knows everything about every tool out there. He can help you find anything in the shop. He is just, I can't say enough about those guys. Anyway, again, that's Riverside Hardware on Main Street in Livingston, Montana. Grizz says, Dallas lost to my G-Men one today. Let's see here. Antonio says, my Ace Hardware in town is of 1,000 people, is privately owned, and they only take cash. When we lived in Newman, it was like that. Or they would take credit cards, but it took forever, and they charged you an extra 5% for taking credit cards. Another day waking up, it's all good. All goo in this case. It's nice. Husky or Cobalt? Oh, the Husky stuff, I like. It's not as bad as I used to think it was. And they have a massive selection of tools. I find the Cobalt stuff feels a little bit more refined than the Husky, but there's nothing wrong with the Husky tools. They're inexpensive, and depending on your local store, that's actually, I think what I do, is which store is closer to you and which store gives better customer service. Because I've gone into a Home Depot to return an item and it took 20 minutes. I went in another time to a different store and it took 5. If you have a good relationship with that store, then go with that store. Why is someone out of bed?
Well, I wasn't in bed. So.
Why aren't you in bed? Come here. How you feeling?
Good. Not tired. I don't want to go sleep, but Mama says so.
Yep. Gotta go sleep.
Can I stay up?
Nope. Give me a kiss. Say goodnight. Run away.
Totally.
Go on. Go on.
Fine.
Bye.
Fine.
My local hardware has a lumber yard and a bunch of old made in USA, made in West Germany stuff in the lower shelves. That's cool. You can find some interesting stuff at some of the local stores. Not seen in chats at Joe Smith. Where's Joe Smith? Joe, there he is. Husky grips are awful. Nick says, my local hardware, Hank franchise, has the most helpful hardware store I've seen. Well, that's the thing with these stores. You got to find out, because they're all run differently. It's all about the manager at the store, because the manager sets the tone. And if you have a good manager, you're going to get people underneath them who are going to try and perform well and give that level of service. And if you got a crappy manager, that's what you're going to end up with. Joe Smith says, hi, Princess. I'll let her know you said hi. And let's see here. Zaffiel says, the best time to return stuff at Home Depot is on Black Friday. That's just asking for pain and suffering. There are more blue wrenches than others. They just like to talk a lot is the problem. Comments on Ernst Swiss impact wrenches, same as Bauer. Are other Amazon tools same as Harbor Freight brands? No. So there's 3 different tiers of tools as I look at it. Tools that are just complete OEM from somebody else. Tools that are mostly OEM with some specifics called out. And tools which are custom designed even if they're built by somebody else. Base level, all those tools, those no-name tools you see on Amazon, they're all just basically white label box OEM tools. And any company can buy into it and be like, print off labels for 1,000 of them and then I'll sell them. Those are the tools you want to avoid. The second tier stuff, which is stuff that is like they're getting it from a different manufacturer who specs out 80% of it and 20% you get it changed. That's the stuff you see that's like most of the prosumer grade kind of stuff falls into that. And the professional level tools are where you see like completely custom designed kind of stuff. I went to one of my local Harbor Freights today. Still no Herc tools on the shelf, but there was a big poster. Yep. And should start seeing them next week. And the manager of the Wilkes-Barre Harbor Freight is just the best, and the other employees are helpful. That's, I've had people say my Harbor Freight sucks, and I'm like, call corporate, tell them that you're having a bad experience. They'll fix it. Let's see here. Hold on just a second. Let me see where we're at here. Boom. All right, we're at 2 hours and 28 minutes. Well, with the Cubs getting ready to go to bed, I think we're going to call it in a few minutes here. Sunday nights we just can't go as late as we could back on Saturdays. So, if you got any last questions here for the tool talk, now's the time to ask them. True Value Hardware Store in Mount Dora, Florida. Greek store prices a little. Mount Store, Florida. What is it? Store price is a little high, but they have all my antique stuff for the early 1900s home. Wow. Well, there you go. Nick Hoffman says, the guys at my local hardware store could tell why I was buying new welding gloves after seeing the burn on my wrist. Yes, forging Buy welding gloves, prevent third-degree burns. Yeah, man, that heat, it sneaks up on you. You don't think it's all that bad. Next thing you know, you're cooked. Michael says, good night and be safe. Have a great night, Bear family. See you in a week. Donna Ross says, have a blessed night, Jeff and Jesse and the kiddos. Thank you all. 183 likes. Thank you all so much. By the way, again, please go out, pick one of the moderators tonight. Go and check out their channel. Throw them a thumbs up just to say thank you. It's a big deal, actually, and that's going to be our new thing to push. Is I want to get all of our moderators who have channels to over 100, because 100 is when you can start doing a lot of the cool stuff with your channel that they just won't let you do with a smaller channel. So anyway, will you be going back to Saturdays? I don't think so. Sundays just work better because of the families. We got football and scouts, and we got all sorts of stuff on the weekends. We're going to be doing overnights with the scouts and stuff, so we're not going to be able to do Saturday nights on a consistent basis. So Sunday seems to work better for everyone. So we're going to be sticking with Sundays. Plug your online forum. Thank you very much, Zafio. We got the website there, Denna Tools, and the forum that's associated with it. Chris says, good night. Cooked very little. Based on what the doctor said. Well, that's good. Have a great night, GVR Tools. Hey, I'll have to check out the channel, your friend's channel. I'll start the good night wave. Shine on, my friends. Shine on, everybody. Thank you so much for being part of the Den Tools. Thank you for getting us to the 50K. That's amazing. To say I never expected it would be an understatement. I never even thought about it. It just seems so out there, and now people are like, well, you're halfway to 100,000. It's like, oh, if God wills it, right? All right, you all take care. God bless. As always, shine on.